weekend long. But Connor Patterson now leads Brett Nugent as up the back straight away. Scott Cleveland, the Supernova. Oh, Connor Patterson getting very, very well coming down the front straight. MR Engine second place, and Scotty Cleaver in the Supernova still running in third position. The Connor Patterson's up the back straight away now for the last time.
It is Scotty Cleaver having all her handling problems coming out of turn number 2 that time. But it's Scotty Patterson. Connor Patterson throws the boat sideways into the last corner for the last time. Hear the spray out of this boat. Keeps it nice and settled on the way out. Now it starts to try north and way across the start finish line. Another good win for Connor Patterson. He's turned it up. Tried to go with the young guy and did for a lap and a half, and then started to fall away from Connor Patterson. And then the ex-ski racer in the Rob Pasala boat, Scotty Cleaver, he comes across the line in third. 2 white boats, 2 brothers out of the Geelong area of Victoria. Destiny, Blake Ramsey on pole position. His brother, the current points leader, coming into this event this weekend, Tate Ramsey. And then the little straight 6, 2JZ of Brett Ramsey on the outside. A white flag down and away we go racing right. Tate Ramsey picks it up on the right hand side. Kicks in a 470 on board Tate Ramsey and a 480 on board with Blake Ramsey as they come out of the corner, and Blake's all out of the water and so is Tate. The only one at the moment, he has 50 metres over his brother, who goes very, very wide, comes right around the outside. Let's see what type of an exit they get out of turn number 2 to the third side. Then we go back to Brett Ramsey in the straight 6 little Toyota Lexus motor. Blake doing a great job at the moment, extending that lead, and Tate Ramsey just happy for second place at the moment.
And Blake Ramsey now still leading away quite nice. Oh, he's gotten loose, he's gone wide. He's missed the corner slightly, he's missed the apex altogether. This might leave the door open slightly, but he's got the power back down, settles it. One left to go, yellow flag is out. Tate Ramsey in second place, he's got one get on. Not usually in this position. Ravage is showing a good set of speed as well with Brett Ramsey behind the wheel, but it's up the back straight now. It is Blake Ramsey in Destiny leading away with half a lap to go. Right on, Tate Ramsey's chasing him down, but it looks like the brotherly love is going to go to Blake in this particular one. That's a better corner as he sees, opens it up now for the checkered flag. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Blake Ramsey in Destiny takes out Heat 2C. Here comes his brother Tate Ramsey in the right on, across the line into second position. He will not be happy with that. And across the line now into third is a Ravage with Brett Ramsey behind the wheel. Wow, what a race.
Ski Club. I'll see you there, John.
Absolutely, Vaughan. Well, I would not be here for that. Absolute pleasure to be involved with that one. Hey, listen, big thank you to All Talk Photography for their involvement as the official photographer to the event this weekend. Rolf is well known and much loved photographer of the Australian powerboat racing community. Thank you for being down here as our official photographer for the 2025 Sunraysia Spectacular. I know your professional team in capturing stunning on the water action and podium celebrations alike will be greatly appreciated. GP Hydro live streaming, thank you very much for you guys for involved. They cannot attend in person. Every lap of the event will be available via GP Hydro live streaming, and thank you for your involvement in covering it this weekend. And social media coverage and tags throughout the weekend, updates, race results and media highlights will be shared on official channels under the Facebook page of Melbourne Runabout and Speedboat Club. Spectators encouraged to post photos and tag the event across the platforms, helping us to not only celebrate the sport, but to share the excitement with a wider audience, Vaughan.
Yeah, if you're on your Instagram, you can hashtag Mildura Ski Club, and all of those photos will show up on the Mildura Ski Club feed, and they'll go worldwide and let everybody know how great this venue is for not only powerboat racing, but also for the ski racing as well. As we have our X100 competitors already down in the milling area, and the next heat is also lined up as well. So not mucking around here, getting straight on with a huge day of action here at the Sunraysia Spectacular. You can see Mick McArdle down there in Hombre, Chris Dynan and Nathan Bartak in one more. They will go out next, but all eyes are towards the western end of the circuit, and that wind has definitely changed direction, John, but it's died, but it's definitely just wafting from the west now, where we had that nice warm easterly coming through this morning.
And a big thank you to Custom Air Group. Your involvement here this weekend as one of our major sponsors, greatly appreciated. Custom Air Group, specialist in diesel-powered air conditioning systems, sleeper cab climate controls for heavy vehicles. Their Australian-made systems provide efficient comfort without engine idling, using Kubota engines and precision engineering components, which means a Custom Air Group are the people to look for when it comes to diesel-powered air conditioning systems and sleeper cab climate controls for heavy vehicles. For if you're a truck driver doing a lot of miles around the country, wanting to stay cool in this climate that we work in through summer, Custom Air Group are the people to talk to. And a big thank you to them for being involved with as one of our major sponsors here this weekend as we get ready for the next round of racing to take place.
Yeah, lots of big thank yous to all of our corporate partners and sponsors for not only this weekend but for the whole year, particularly in when we talk about our National Driver Championship. 4 categories now in the National Drivers Championship, soon to be a 5th with the Lucas Oil's National Hydroplane Drivers Challenge coming up very, very shortly in the next couple of weeks, I believe, down at at Glen Maggie and Districts Boat Club. So that'll be worth looking at if you're into hydroplane racing. Capable of 180 mile an hour at Yarrawonga. So we'll see what the speeds will be like down there at Glen Maggie. So still just circulating around the milling area at the moment. It won't be too much longer and we'll get this one underway. X100 brought to you by Tattoos R Us, and it is part of the National Drivers Championship thanks to Mark Schultz and Tattoos R Us. Mark will be in this event. He's currently around the corner of the mighty Murray River. And we'll get this race underway very, very shortly. 3 laps is the journey as per usual. We should have Phil Smirlick out there as well in Jimbo, and he's been really competitive so far this weekend. Very quick yesterday as the Barnyard Dog comes around the corner with the field. So it looks like 3 competitors in this one. So it'll be Smirlick, Mark Schultz, and I have to wait and see who the 3rd competitor is. It looks like Schultz on pole in the Artist. And away we go. Jimbo starting to up and down there for Phil Smirlick, but it's Mark Schultz who gets the best at the start. And the 3rd driver as he goes side by side with Ricochet. Yeah, I believe that was Ricochet in 2nd place. And around the outside, Pro Performance, Nick Borg looking for a run as we start to glass off here on the Murray River. Perfect conditions for displacement racing at the moment with Ricochet on the inside, Nick Borg to the outside, but Mark Schultz, he is leaving these guys for dead, showing them a nice, clean, wet transom at the moment as he exits turn number 2. 1 down, or 2 more to go here on the mighty Murray at the Millfields kickoff, and Pro Performance right down on the exit of turn number 2. That's unfortunate for Nick Borg. Unfortunately disqualified yesterday during the time trials, and now the boat has come to a standstill on the exit of turn number 2. So down the back straight again, it's all the Artist. Mark Schultz out of Melbourne and Ricochet in 2nd.
Out the back straight now, the old Mark Schultz. It looks like Nick Borg has got going again. It does not sound healthy at all. Sounds very, very rough indeed. So Mark Schultz is in the Artist, bringing it down now, having a very good run from Ricochet, which is Jake Wilson behind the wheel. Ricochet also popping a little bit, but it is all Mark Schultz in the Artist as he heads up the back straight for the final time. Nick Morg just still trying to get around, looking to get to the finish line, picking up points. It is a Drivers' Championship, and every finish will assist you with your point score. There's nothing stopping Mark Schultz, Tattoos Are Us, Managing Director and major sponsor of the X100 this weekend, coming through to take out the win here in the C final. Well done to Mark Schultz in the artist. Second place going to Jake Wilson in Ricochet. A good time indeed, coming home second. And Nick Moore, he's just trying to get home. He's just got to get across the finish line now to pick up the third place points. It sounds terrible, but he's going to get there, I think.
Yeah, Ricochet down to about 6.5 cylinders as he crossed over the line there, and unfortunately for Nick Borg in Performance, came to a stop and missed out by at least half a lap. So a couple of guys that have some work to do in between now and later on, but you can't take it away from Mark Schultz, the series sponsor for 2025. The Tattoos Are Us, driving the artist. Mark Schultz takes a good win. So a lot of these guys running on 98 fuel, a couple running on methanol out there in this category. Depends how you want to build your engine, what you're looking for. There's some distinct advantages with using methanol over the unleaded fuel. Mark Schultz, and I have to wait and see who the third competitor is. Looks like Schultz on pole in the artist. And away we go, Jimbo starting to up and down there for Phil Smerlick, but it's Mark Schultz who gets the best at the start, and Performance is the third driver as he goes side by side with Ricochet. Yeah, I believe that was Ricochet in second place. And around the outside, Pro Performance, Nick Borg looking for a run as we start to glass off here on the Murray River. Perfect conditions for displacement racing at the moment with Ricochet on the inside, Nick Borg to the outside, but Mark Schultz, he is leaving these guys for dead, showing them a nice clean wet transom at the moment as he exits turn number 2. One down, or two more to go here on the Mighty Murray at the Millfields Kickoff, and Performance has slowed right down on the exit of turn number 2. That's unfortunate for Nick Borg. Unfortunately disqualified yesterday during the time trials, and now the boat has come to a standstill on the exit of turn number 2. So down the back straight again, it's all the artist. Mark Schultz out of Melbourne, and Ricochet in second.
Out the back straight now, the old Mark Schultz. It looks like Nick Borg has got going again. It does not sound healthy at all. Sounds very, very rough indeed. So Mark Schultz is in the artist, bringing it down now, having a very good run from Ricochet, which is Jake Wilson behind the wheel. Ricochet also popping a little bit, but it is all Mark Schultz in the artist as he heads up the back straight for the final time. Nick Morg just still trying to get around, looking to get to the finish line, picking up points. It is a Drivers' Championship, and every finish will assist you with your point score. There's nothing stopping Mark Schultz, Tattoos Are Us, Managing Director and major sponsor of the X100 this weekend, coming through to take out the win here in the C final. Well done to Mark Schultz in the artist. Second place going to Jake Wilson in Ricochet. A good time indeed, coming home second. And Nick Moore, he's just trying to get home. He's just got to get across the finish line now to pick up the third place points. It sounds terrible, but he's going to get there, I think.
Yeah, Ricochet down to about 6.5 cylinders as he crossed over the line there, and unfortunately for Nick Borg in Performance, came to a stop and missed out by at least half a lap.
Most methanols have a very small amount of acetone in it, and that is to stop the material freezing at extreme cold temperatures. Yep. Certain bikes have had slides literally frozen wide open in very cold nights when we've raced at venues like at Murray Bridge where it gets very, very cold at night.
That's it.
We'd have the slides wide open. It's not until the bike would be shut down and that there was a little bit of heat from the engine that would generate enough to thaw the slide out, everything would return to normal.
Well, you see that with the drag racing guys
Correct.
as well. They always
Squirt
spray
in
the
them.
supercharger hat. That's to try and dissolve any ice cubes that may keep the butterflies closed, and on drag racing you want them to open very quickly. We're into heat number 2B for the X100 by Tattoos R Us. Another round of our National Drivers' Championship here this afternoon. 4 competitors making their way back towards the circuit proper. Any second now we'll see the white flag go and we will be away, and it's a good start from everybody. Look at it coming out of the middle here. That's Victor in home race. In Excalibur and Nathan Bartak in one more as they head down into turn number 1. Who's going to come out the best? Oh, big run from Jimbo and Phil Smirlick. Mick McArdle in Hombre. He goes in front now of Phil Smirlick. They're running side by side in these beautiful displacement boats. Then we go back to Nathan Bartak and Chris Dynan in Excalibur. The race is on for first and second. Bartak not that far behind in third place in one more, but it's still Mick McArdle in Hombre. What a great job. Here comes Phil Smirlick in Jimbo. He's been a real standout so far this weekend, and Nathan Bartak just moving a conservative run. Doesn't look to be pushing that motor at all. But the big battle is for first place.
Up the back straight, it's Hombre just leading from the Jimbo at the moment. Phil correctly, and Jimbo's chasing very hard, but Hombre with Mick McCarty behind the wheel is just holding out. They'll see the yellow flag. We've got one more into third position, and up the back is Chris Dynan, but it is a good race here in the front with the Hombre. See the yellow flag. One lap to go for Jimbo into second position. One more coming through with Nathan behind the wheel, doing a good job, being very, very consistent performer all weekend. Chris Dynan up in the Excalibur, chasing them all down, but out in front it is Hombre stopped. It looks like Hombre has stopped.
Yeah, Hombre stops, so that's promoted Phil Smirlick and Jimbo to the lead. Now Nathan Bartak, the motor starting to fall away on Bartak's one more. Definitely down a cylinder or so, but he's still being able to close in on the back of Phil Smirlick. Around the corner for the last time, a drag race to the line. It's going to be Phil Smirlick and Jimbo that's going to take another win here in the X100 by Tattoos R Us. Nathan Bartak will take second place. And straight off the gas too, so he knows that there's a problem on board. And then coming out is Dynan in Excalibur, bouncing his way across the wakes, and he will take out third place. And unfortunately for Mick McArdle, he is stranded on the exit of turn number 1. He was looking good to carry on and take that win, but Phil Smirlick ends up taking the win from Nathan Bartak and Dynan driving Excalibur.
That was from earlier, quite a few.
Yeah, that's not a great look from over there, guys. Some real surprise packages today coming out of what we've been watching. Certainly didn't expect to see as much as what we've seen so far, Vaughan.
The guys are pushing hard,
Correct.
and you have to. And that's why the National Drivers' Championship point score is structured the way it is. It rewards consistency, and when you've got competition, you've got to go up a notch to, compete.
Yeah,
but the downside is, if you have a reliability issue, it's going to cost you big time.
Yeah, it's how far can you push your reliability. That's probably the nth degree, isn't it? Well, there they are to the bank.
So Nathan Bartak in one more. He'll be going back and having a look at the data and trying to find out what's going on there, but it definitely sounded like it lost a cylinder. Back towards the circuit proper. Any second now we'll see the white flag go and we will be away, and it's a good start from everybody. Look at it coming out of the middle here. That's Victor in Hombre. Down the outside, Chris Dynan in Excalibur and Nathan Bartak in one more as they head down into turn number 1. Who's going to come out the best? Oh, big run from Jimbo and Phil Smirlick. Mick McArdle in Hombre. He goes in front now of Phil Smirlick. They're running side by side in these beautiful displacement boats. Then we go back to Nathan Bartzak and Chris Dinan in Excalibur. The race is on for first and second. Bartzak not that far behind in third place in one more, but it's still Mick McArdle in Hombre. Doing a great job. Here comes Phil Smirlick in Jimbo. He's been a real standout so far this weekend. And Nathan Bartzak just moving a conservative run. Doesn't look to be pushing that motor at all. But the big battle is first place.
Up the back straight, it's Hombre just leading for the Jimbo at the moment. Phil collected in Jimbo's chasing very hard, but Hombre with Mick McCarty behind the wheel is holding out. They'll see the yellow flag. We've got one more in the third position, and up the back is Chris Dinan, but it is a good race here in the front with the Hombre. See the yellow flag. One lap to go for Jimbo in the second position. One more coming through with Nathan behind the wheel, doing a good job, being very, very consistent performer all weekend. Chris Dinan up in the Excalibur, chasing them all down, but out in front it is Hombre stopped. It looks like Hombre has stopped.
Yeah, Hombre stopped, so that's promoted Phil Smirlick in Jimbo to the lead. Now Nathan Bartzak, the motor starting to fall away on Bartzak's one more. Definitely down a cylinder or so, but he's still being able to close in on the back of Phil Smirlick. Around the corner for the last time. A drag race to the line. It's going to be Phil Smirlick and Jimbo that's going to take another win here in the X100 by Tattoos R Us. Nathan Bartzak will take second place. And straight off the gas too, so he knows that there's a problem on board. And then coming out is Dinan in Excalibur, bouncing his way across the wakes. And he will take out third place. And unfortunately for Mick McArdle, he is...
Just wait till we clear out a little bit so we can walk through it. Okay. So sorry, go again, Vaughan?
I was just saying that the government's pushing everybody to go green and clean.
Yeah.
How does that going to fit in with motorsport in the future? We've already seen the electric rally racing. We've got electric speedboats now, which they get right up on the foils out of the water. It's not going to bode well for a lot of motorsport tragics around the world.
Well, I suppose, I kind of look at probably the penultimate form, I suppose, is that Formula E,
yep.
Which was like a derivative of Formula One in electrics. And as much as it's doing what it's doing, it really hasn't got that charisma that goes with it. I understand that it's a bit of a testing and development ground. Look, to be brutally honest with you, I look at what goes on within design of engines and the like. We talk about a hydrogen conversion. This is purely about, what is seen to be the penultimate. Formula One is that for automotives. But truly, how much of that, as much as some of the design work goes into the vehicles we drive today, how far down does it come before it's an affordable or an acceptable level? When you're talking about a global market of people buying cars, Formula One was developing things we've got in our cars, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Yeah. And we're only seeing some of the benefits now.
But they're only hybrids, they're not full-on electrics.
Correct. Where does that leave us with what we do with full-on electricity? Be honest with you, I think it'll be seen as a book on the shelf that says it can be done, but I think there'll be a derivative of that beside it. And the reason that I pointed out Toyota, with Toyota doing all the development in EVs, and them now looking clearly at hydrogen as well, they're saying that is going to be a very viable alternative. So, I think there's a lot to come in the technology in years to come.
Look, I think if I want to go electric racing, I think I'll go down to the local hobby shop and buy a Scar Electric set. There'd be far more enjoyment and a lot less money involved in a full-on electronic motorsport.
Well, mate, I can't imagine what the Hatter Desert Race would be. We start 500 bikes out there at that event on the in the middle of July, and I can't imagine all of them sounding like 500 mosquitoes taking off. So I don't get it. I get it, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my
certainly
thoughts.
a lot of questions to be answered coming up in the next 10 or 20 years as far as motorsport. But we're back to the action here at the Sunraysia Spectacular. A big field for this heat, the X100. This is the final. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this one.
Best of the best for this one, boys.
The Moonshine, I know.
Oh, yep.
Cats in it. No, I've just got their names.
Oh, okay, yep. All right, we'll pick our leaders up as they come across the line. Would be Stevie Rumble in Cat Racing is out there for sure. Away we go. And Moonlight Racing. Sinister Ball down the outside. And Hypo. This is the final for this afternoon, the National Drivers' Championship. And it's Mike Godsell, first out of turn number 1 for the first time. Accelerates the boat down the back straight for Moonshine Racing. Cat putting the moves all over the back of Hypo now as they head into turn number 2. Stevie Rumble, Cat Racing, the Toyota Racing Development engines on board that finds himself in 4th place at the moment, and it's all Mike Godsell at the moment doing a great job over about time from Adelaide, from Matt Smith, then Hypo, rumbling Cat Racing behind them, Sinister Ball.
Yeah, Mike Godsell in the Moonshine, he's been doing a fantastic job all weekend, undefeated to this point in time. They would have put the mods on him, but he's got a good 4-5 boat lengths lead over about time, followed now by the Hypo and the Cat Racing with Sinister Ball rounding out the field. But out in front, it has been so far Mike Godsell's weekend. He has been sensational, hasn't had a break all weekend, so he's looking very, very strong indeed. About time he's running in 2nd place with Matt Smith. Then a Hypo coming into 3rd position, doing a good job. And then in the 4th, Cat Racing with Stephen Rumble behind and Sinister leading out the field. But up the back straight away now, it is Mike Godsell in Moonshine Racing. He's doing a fantastic job. He's opened up the lead from about time as they head down into this final run. Hypo in 3rd, Cat Racing 4th. But out in front, it's been this way all weekend. Mike Godsell in Moonshine will take the win from Matty Smith in about time, coming into 2nd position. So good run again. Congratulations to Moonshine. He's won every single race this weekend and done a fantastic job. About time coming home 2nd place. Hypo into 3rd. Cat Racing 4th. And rounding out the field is a Sinister Ball.
Great win by Mike Godsell. Has been king of the kids here this weekend at the Sunraysia Spectacular for 2025. Another standout performance for Matt Smith in about time over from the Adelaide Speedboat Club. We go back to Hypo and Stevie Rumble in Cat Racing. And then right down the back was Sinister 4. Unfortunately never really got involved in that one. But Mike Godsell, he has been the king of the kids this weekend and was pretty much in another postcode by the time he got the checkered flag on that one. I think he's been undefeated this weekend and top qualified as well.
Pretty much, so he's certainly been the guy setting the pace.
Leaders up as they come across the line would be Stevie Rumble in Cat Racing is out there for sure. Away we go. And Moonlight Racing. Sinister Ball down the outside and Hypo. This is the final for this afternoon, the National Drivers' Championship, and it's Mike Godsell, first out of turn number 1 for the first time. Accelerates the boat down the back straight for Moonshine Racing. Cat putting the moves all over the back of Hypo now as they head into turn number 2. Stevie Rumble, Cat Racing, the Toyota Racing Development engines on board that finds himself in 4th place at the moment, and it's all Mike Godsell at the moment doing a great job over about time from Adelaide, from Matt Smith, then Hypo, rumbling Cat Racing behind them, Sinister Ball.
Yeah, Mike Godsell in the Moonshine, he's been doing a fantastic job all weekend, undefeated to this point in time. They would have put the mods on him, but he's got a good fourth high boat lengths lead over About Time, followed now by the high boat and the Cut Cat Racing with Sinister 4 rounding out the field. But out in front, it has been so far Mike Goodsel's weekend. He has been sensational, hasn't had a break all weekend, so he's looking very, very strong indeed. About Time is running in second place with Matt Smith. Then a high boat coming into third position, doing a good job. And then in the fourth, Cut Cat Racing with Stephen Rumble behind it. Sinister leading out the field, but up the back straight away now, it is Mike Godsell in Moonshine Racing. He's doing a fantastic job. He's opened up the lead from About Time as they head down into this final run. Hypo in third, Cut Cat Racing fourth, but out in front, it's been this way all weekend. Mike Godsell in Moonshine will take the win from Matty Smith in About Time, coming into second position. So good run again. Congratulations to Moonshine. He's won every single race this weekend and done a fantastic job. About Time coming home second place. Hypo into third. Cut Cat Racing fourth. And rounding out the field is a Sinister 4.
For what's left of the big trophies in the B main this afternoon. And Bruder, the guy's still trying to sort this boat out. It's been laying down the motor wires on the exits of the corners, and you do that 6 times during a race, and that's where the opposition are just driving away from Troy. Straight line, it seems to go all right in a straight line. It's just exiting the corners. That motor just drops all power, and it kind of, to me, it just looks like it coughs and stumbles.
Goes off song.
Yeah, and then away it goes again. So hopefully the guys have been able to find what that problem is, get on top of it. So keep your eyes on the yellow and black Bruder from the Riverland Club over in Adelaide as they get the push away. PC, what's the chances of Brenton Walsh super gluing that key into the ignition?
Well, I'm sure that this time round they would have double checked it. These things happen. Like it's unfortunate. It does happen. Guys do a magnificent job of preparing the boats, and sometimes just little things can go wrong.
Hatch is still open for the Bruder boat down there.
Yeah. I can't even hear him trying to turn it over.
I saw it cranking a number of times and a little bit of smoke come out, but certainly no start up just yet. So let's just hope things click for the Bruder boat out there in a moment.
Okay, so Craig Lewis is missing in image. So that was just Brenton Walsh. The hatch is up, unfortunately, on Bruder.
Well, Brenton Walsh should be pretty happy. He's only going to be the one that makes the start line for this one, I think.
Yeah, well, I suppose he only has to take the green flag, and then it doesn't really matter, although points-wise it does.
Correct.
You must finish the race to be credited with the points, so you'll be looking for 3 clean laps here.
Well, it's a great opportunity to flex your muscles without having to overdo it either, I suppose. So
yeah, you know, it's a
good trial session as such.
We say about that 10-cent piece that lets you down, and that's exactly what's happened to Brenton Walsh in the Cavs boat earlier on this morning, and of course now he's found himself in the B main, where by rights he should have been in the A main if he continued on. But that is motorsport. You got to take the highs and the lows, and as we say, it's a very cruel sport.
It looks like Sherpig's out of the capsule now and standing on the boat itself, so that's certainly not a great sign with the tow rope now attached and bringing it back towards the bank.
I don't think the weather conditions could be any better at the moment. It's beautiful out here on the mighty Murray River. Just wondering where the barnyard dog is, because here comes Brenton Walsh. So no start.
They may even just be, if it's just himself, they may even just say go in the A main.
Yeah, correct.
He's on a radio, so
See what
they'd
happens
be able
here,
to tell him what is going on.
There'll be a bit of radio communication happening at the moment.
He's backing out of it, so that means that
I reckon you're right there, PC. I hope that he gets into the A main. He should.
Yeah, well, might as well fly him out there. That's for certain. Go on the outside.
And it makes for a great race for us too, right? So smart money says that's what we should do.
But there's smarter people than us.
Correct.
And one of them's not here this weekend. A big shout out to Bisho, Dave Bisho. And hopefully he's having some good luck at his hill climb today in his 1927 Austin. A massive 900 cubic centimetres is that engine with a little supercharger on it. And it still blows me away. They had superchargers back in the early 1900s.
Yeah,
I commentate a lot of historic touring car racing back home. We have 2 round the houses events, the only place left in Australia where you can do around the houses, and Bisho's going to come over next year and race around the southwest town of Albany, and we actually run through the CBD, and it goes back with the old hay bales protecting the lampposts, and it's a concrete jungle. So Bisho, we can't wait to get you over into the west, mate, and show you what you've been missing out on for 40 odd years.
So PC, mental note. You either want to be in town that weekend or you want to be well away from town with these 2 guys together, right? That's my tip
cars
to you.
date back to the original Albany Round the Houses event back in 1936. And there are 2 cars that competed in 1936 that are still racing every year at the Albany Round the Houses.
And if I could hear Bisho right now, he'd be saying, yep, I'll drink to that.
Yeah, he's coming. He's told me, he's promised me he's coming over to the west. So
Right.
a big shout out to Dave Bishop, another guy that he really knows his stuff, as PC said. He's a guru. I call him the GOAT because he is the best of all time. And he actually represented his country too in competitive ski racing too.
Yeah, he's
many moons ago.
Had the odd incident as well. I can remember one offshore where it went over and he came up out of the water, out of the boat. So he's seen a fair bit, old Dave, and he's a wonderful guy to deal with because he's just so passionate about what the sport's about.
Oh, definitely, yep. And there's not a lot that he hasn't seen and not a lot that he hasn't done either as a competitor or as a commentator. And as I say, he was one of Australia's best, and really appreciate his friendship and his knowledge.
I've got a good one for you, Vaughan. How game are you? How game are you?
Oh, I'm pretty game.
Right, I reckon what you ought to do is you ought to sit down with Dave and you ought to have a session called, you ready for it? Half cut and uncut. And what you do is you get Dave half cut and then you sit him down and let him go with the uncut versions.
Well,
Subscribe to it.
I don't reckon there'd be much of a difference, actually.
Oh, I think trust me, there will be. And some of the stories I know I've had with him are very eye-opening stories, trust me.
Oh, yeah, I've got one for you, but I'll tell you that off air.
Yeah, correct. I was going to say no, because I know it's come from Dave. I know what it's probably going to...
Most of the stuff when we're talking about Dave Bishop, we've got to talk about it off air.
You got it.
That's the type of guy. He's a great guy.
But that I reckon would go gangbusters for people. You can do a subscribe to page, and it'd be called Dave Bishop, half cut and uncut.
He's been getting into podcasts lately. He's got one called The Hose Down. And he does different topics on that. He hasn't done one recently. The Hose Down. You can catch it on all of your live streaming outlets. And we're just trying to work out what's going on here with the Cavs boat. Probably going to put a little bit of fuel in it, I would suggest.
I would say probably if they're getting ready to go out for that next final, that they're going to drop fuel in it because they've used a bit and they've gone up. And you've got to remember they would have been warming up in that area up the top waiting too, so they would have consumed. So they're doing a top-up.
Yeah, Cavs is definitely into the A-main final. It's just been updated on our little app. So
who are our runners in this one, Peter?
Our runners will be Sick Puppy, which will be Corey Marlin out of pole number 1.
Yep.
Rastus will be out of pole number 2. Lock and Load out of 3. Cranky will be out of number 4. And Cavs will be out of lane 5.
Beautiful.
Just wondering where our other runners are, because they're certainly not in the water and they're not at the boat ramp at the moment.
That's why I think the guys adding the fuel are taking their time with it, because there's a couple of retrievals being pulled out by the look of this before we start seeing boats go back in. So I can see one at the top of the boat ramp there. That'll be the Rastus boat.
Rastus coming around now, Steve Rarity.
Yep.
So hopefully Corey Marlin can get his boat out there as well.
He's there. He's coming down.
He's there. Cool.
So we're good.
Looking forward to this one.
We're good.
The young gun in Corey Marlin versus the seasoned veteran, you'd have to call him, in Steve Rarity. And Rarity on a tear this weekend. He's pretty much won everything he's been in. And now we'll see what Corey Marlin can do.
Almost had the Midas touch this weekend, hasn't he? Everything he's touched has turned to gold for him. So,
well, it'll be pretty close because Corey's won all of his as well. So Corey was actually the quickest on Friday. So it'll be a really good race.
Yeah. Once we shift a couple of boats out of this slipway, we'll be good to go, eh?
So this is it, the A-Main final for the Kavanagh Auto Parts National Drivers' Championship on debut here this weekend at the Sunraysia Spectacular at the Mildura Ski Club. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on GP Hydro live streaming. And whether you're sitting down here on the shores, under the trees over there, looks like we've got a great crowd. Thanks for hanging out with us on your Saturday. And hope you're enjoying some of the best powerboat action you'll find anywhere in Australia, right here in Mildura. Won't be too much longer and we'll get going with this one.
But I can't believe we're just going to stack it up and run it all over again tomorrow. That's just going to be fantastic, guys.
Yeah, just when you thought you'd had enough, we back it up and we do it again. Guys, I think we'll take a short break, get a drink, give our voices a bit of a rest while we wait for Steve Rarity and Corey Marlin to jump in the water. We'll be back with the A-Main final for the Kavanagh Auto Parts NDC coming your way very shortly here at the Mildura Ski Club. Got to take breaks every now and again. So this is going to be a good race, so we'll take a break now, have a drink and stuff.
Guys, we're down here with owner-driver Spider of Motivation. Mate, tell us what's been going on. This is a new boat, so let us know.
Yep.
Guys, we're down here with owner-driver Spider of Motivation. Mate, tell us what's been going on. This is a new boat, so let us know.
Yeah, new boat. Started to build about probably 12 months, 18 months ago. That's from drawings, from scratch. And then, it's got it all CNC routed out. I decided to go timber boats, go old school, just to get the look and something different, turn some heads, and decided, to have a crack. So, 12 months later, we've got a timber boat here.
It's looking fair dinkum, pretty nice and pretty sexy, to be honest with you, if you want to put it that way.
Well, I'm proud with how it come up. It is definitely a piece of art. Attention to detail was a definite. When I designed it, I wanted to make sure everything was 110%, just a little 1%ers in it, to just showcase the abilities, what you can do with wood.
Oh yeah, definitely got that one. Mate, I'm a cabinet maker as much as you, so, these sort of things I tend to look at, so I'm pretty proud of what you've done.
Yeah, no, thank you. It was a good challenge.
So going back in time a little bit, Windsor was its first real race meeting outing, so tell us a little bit of what happened at Windsor.
Well, it actually all started a couple of weeks earlier, so 2 weeks beforehand was the actual first time on water ever. And then we took it for the tech inspection over at Epula, did some testing there. It was a bit of a mess. We found that the structure of the floor wasn't up to standard, so we did a few repairs thinking that what we've done was good enough. And then we repaired it in a week to get up to Windsor, and in that time up there we once again got out on the practice lap and did some laps, and we ended up putting the repairs I didn't quite work, so we did some damage. And not only that, we thought we had MSD box go because we had water in the hull, so we didn't think twice about it. So we come back, and after all the help that we had from Windsor with the support, and advice given, we restructured the boat and put so much more strength in it, and yeah, we come to Mildura.
So, mate, we're down at Mildura today. Obviously, you've been out on the water, and unfortunately, something's gone wrong. Tell us what's been going on.
Yeah, we got a hole in the side of the sump now. Yeah, we had a piston drop a rod and put a hole in the side of the block or in the sump, which is a shame. But before that, the boat was an absolute weapon. We got so much more information, so much data to go forward to know what we need to do next. But unfortunately, we've got an engine to do as well now.
Unfortunately, these things happen, mate. It's part of racing.
Well, yeah, that's the joys of racing. So the sad part too is after Windsor, with the MSD box, it wasn't actually an MSD box. We actually broke the camshaft as well, so we had to do a top end rebuild.
Partial rebuild as well. Yeah.
Yeah, just a partial rebuild.
Just to slap it in the thigh a little bit more for you.
It's been one hell of a week, couple of weeks actually. So had a few people come and help to get the work done, and yeah, couldn't be happier.
So to lug this sort of a weapon round, I'm sure that there's quite a few sponsors. Mate, can you tell us a couple of your sponsor names?
I got a couple. Well, I've got a total of 20 sponsors on board. I've been very, very, very lucky to get all the local sponsors from Shepparton to come on board, businesses from Shepparton to come on board. Probably the three main ones, one of them from here, Mildura, Wimmer O'Malley Waste. He's been a legend for over the years with the jet boat. And then I've been very fortunate to have Syndicate Engineering come on board with Matt there, helping out with all the aluminium works, and then even Argo in Shepparton has been a huge help. So yeah, big help, big thanks for everyone.
Beauty. Mate, apologies about this weekend, but thank you so much for coming, and we look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Beautiful. Love the sound of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Guys, we're down here with owner-driver Spider of Motivation.
Him out of pole 2, but then right out wide, keep your eye on the white boat with Cabs, Brenton Walsh behind the wheel coming from out wide. So he'll be looking to try and move across once it is safe to do so. They're not allowed to in the first corner. They must hold their line through the first corner. Then after they get the required amount of boat lengths between themselves and their fellow competitors, they can now adjust. So by the time they get to turn 2, they are all on an adjusted line and trying to maximise performance of the boats. Still doing another 360 up there at the top end of the circuit.
Vaughan, the conditions could not be more ideal. Just a beautiful 25 to 27 degrees at the moment, the slightest breeze, and conditions are sensational for these 6-litre Cavs Auto Parts final.
There we go. An impressive sight as the boats come around the corner there. 5 starters in this one, and Barney Patterson in the start boat. All eyes to the west. We're about to go racing the A final for the Kavanagh Auto Parts National Drivers Championship here at the Mildura Ski Club. Oh, the top 4 are getting very, very close. Now Brenton Walsh joins in the action. They're gunnel to gunnel. Right flag down, and we are away in the A final. Look at Sick trying to go with it. 3 wide down into turn number 1 for the first time. The 6-litre category. Marlin, still 3 wide on the exit. Now we drop that down to 2 wide. Steve Rarity gets the best of the exit in Rastus. Sick Puppy in second. Rotten Road in third. Then we go back to Brenton Walsh and Dave Freeman in Cranky. Getting very, very close there on the exit. Rarity and Corey Marlin. Sick Puppy in the right though. Rastus in the blue. Rastus got just a little bit of best power. Somebody put down on the 7 cylinders. Hopefully it wasn't any of the top 2. but they're side by side, jumping and dipping and diving out of the water. It's Rarity now. It gets a big giant walk as they head down in towards turn number 2. There comes Malin, straight up the inside, hard on the calves, just driven straight underneath Steve Rarity. Rarity fighting back now, side by side, one left to go.
And that is Corey Marlin just a moment in front of Rastus at the moment. It is a race up in front. We've got a good race to second, third, fourth, but here we go. Corey Marlin, he's opened up the slightest lead now at the back straight. It's probably the most lead he's had all weekend over the Rastus. The Rastus is coming back pretty hard at him as they approach in the final turn. This has been really good racing. Corey's got a little high going in. Here they go now. Plenty of pressure on Corey. He's holding it in tight. Rastus trying to look up the inside, but it is going to be down the front straight away here. It is the Sick Puppy. Corey Marlin takes that from Rastus in second position. Up in the third now. Let's look back at the field here. We can see crossing the line is Dave Freeman in Clinky. He's going to take it from Brent to Wells in close. And ready out the field is Ryan McIntosh in the lock and load. What a race.
What a cracker, PC. Front end of the field saw the challenge so many times throughout each of the turns, and even on those back straights, the Rastus boat challenging, pushing back and clicking as hard as it possibly can to draw them back. Incredible action out here at Mildura.
Unbelievable race. Those two had so much respect for each other, but they didn't even give themselves a centimetre apart at some points in time. But the respect they gave each other through the corners was unbelievably good, and that is one of the best races you will ever see.
And that won't happen without the trust of competing against one another so many times and understanding what you can load to beside. Brilliant bit of work. Very shortly we'll be crossing down to Vaughan, down on the slipway to have a chat to our winner today. But as you can imagine, the team very, very jubilated with what's going on with that final outcome today, PC.
Ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause. Corey Marlin in the Sick Puppy taking out 6th leader. He's unbelievable, Troy. He's stoked with it. He's getting a high five. But also give you a big round of applause also to Stu Rowley in the Rastus machine. That was some unbelievable driving and should be well congratulated for second position. And into third was across the line, Dave Freeman in Cranky. Well done to everybody involved. That was a fantastic series. And win to the Sick Puppy with Corey Marlin behind the wheel.
So a victory lap in probably in hand at the moment?
Yeah, I think he will go for a victory lap. Maybe. Absolutely.
You would want to, wouldn't you? You celebrated with everybody here today. Put your hands together for him as he travels through. What a wonderful effort. Team will be stoked with that one. PC, big time, happy as down there, very jubilant crew. And there he is, put your hands together for him as he comes past, down on the bank there. Make some noise for the boy. What an awesome effort.
He's a young fella, he's only just got into this display, so he's come through the juniors. And it's done an awesome job all weekend long. So good, safe driving, fast driving, and a really well-deserved winner. So give your hand up for Corey Marlin in the Sick Puppy. And of course, he's got lots of merchandise up there. So if you want to go and get some winning merchandise, go and see the guys and say congratulations and have a chat to them.
I reckon grab it tonight, wear it tomorrow. Hey,
absolutely, because he'll be actually allowed to run in the Invitational, Keith Harrison Invitational tomorrow, and the Gold Cup. Yeah. And we've already seen the pace out of some of these 6 litres is just amazing.
So we'll wait patiently now for him to load up, and I know, as I said, Vaughan Brewers down on the slipway area. Very shortly he'll grab a hold of Corey to have a chat with him as the boys get to load the boat.
And of course, as I said, get on board with the Rastus crew and their Facebook. They do all their videoing, and that will be an unbelievably good race when they upload that on Facebook tonight.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, give you a round of applause for Rastus coming out. Steve Ralty.
Well done,
Steve. Extremely well.
Looks like we're going to have a chat down there. I'll throw down to you, Vaughan, when you're ready.
Thanks very much, guys. We're down here with the runner-up of the inaugural running of the Kavanagh Auto Parts 6-litre National Drivers' Championship. Steve, I know you got second, mate, but that was one hell of a race.
Yeah, that was a good one. If you didn't like that, I don't know what you're for, but well done to Corey. He did really well. I tried my best, but hey, it wasn't quite there.
Well, we've got round 2 coming up tomorrow, so can you turn the tables on this young kid?
Hey, I can only try. That's all I can do. He's on fire, so we're just having a good go.
Mate, congratulations. Good luck for tomorrow. We'll see you afterwards for a nice sherbet up there in the ski club. Thanks very much. Your runner-up from the inaugural National Drivers' Championship, brought to you by Kavanagh Auto Parts, goes to Steve Rarity in Rastus. I'm just going to introduce this young guy. I've been able to watch this guy's young career from his first day up there on the Lake Dyer. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Corey Marlin, our inaugural Kavanagh Auto Parts 6-litre National Drivers Champion. Of course, all of our results are provisional, but mate, I tell you what, we were hedging our bets on that one between you and Steve, and both of you guys came through. That was probably the race of the weekend so far. And what did Dad say about that one? Stand on it?
Yeah, he just said go for it. Just drive it hard, drive it like you stole it.
Well, you did, mate. You did send it, and there was a couple of close moments there with Steve in some of the corners.
Yeah, well, you just got to do what you got to do, you know.
Mate, you drive hard.
Yeah, just send it in there.
Just send it. I love this young kid's attitude. He's one of the most exciting young prospects in Australian powerboat racing. Mate, you're going to back this up tomorrow. You got round 2 coming up on a sensational Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going to try my best, but I'd like to say a big thank you to the sponsors, Marlin Racing, Scotty, Maxie for putting in all the work, all the performance mod sponsors, and my brother, JP, Dad, all for going in the water. Just thank everyone.
Mate, let's see whether you can back it up tomorrow. Corey Marlin!
Nice work down there, Vaughan. Great opportunity to talk to some of the front runners and winners and runner-up in our A final today down here on our Supercharged Saturday. And wonderful atmosphere. PC, great to see so many people down on the bank there celebrating Saturday's racing today with us. It's just been phenomenal.
Magnificent crowd, and we appreciate the support, everybody coming down. And hopefully, well, if you didn't like what you just saw, you're never going to like anything, are you?
No, that's correct. That's kind of what was said in the runner-up speech. It was, but that didn't turn you on. I don't know what the hell will. So
it was unbelievable.
Pretty incredible.
The 6 litres are fantastic to watch. They're just a premier class in Australia, and so good they got their own National Drivers' Championship as well now. And I'm sure that we're going to see Corey Marlin take out many, many more victories over his many, many years still to come.
I can't wait for Dad to give him the keys to either Madness or Warlord, particularly Warlord there on an EC Cup Griffiths weekend. How good will this kid go?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, he's going to get another run in a hydroplane at Lake Eplock in a couple of months' time, so he can have a crack back through the 1.6 class as well. So that'll be a first round of Australian Championship. And Grant has got to go overseas for a business trip, so Grant's going to let him have a pedal, and we'll be crawling for him. So looking forward to that one. So it'll give me a bit of hydroplane action for Corey in the near future.
I think the really cool part about it, Vaughan, when you talk to the kid, is that he's very humble in the way he goes about accepting what he's just done. Just incredible.
Yeah, what he's just done, all right, is certainly eye-opening. And so is Jared Smith at the moment. Ryan Stunnell in the middle, and on pole 1, Adam Smith for Adam's Test and Tune. And as we saw in race number 1, Jared Smith starting to accelerate away from the field at the moment. So he channels that air through the front of those pickle forks down towards the back of the motor. It lifts the front out. And as you'll see, when they come past in a straight line, there's only 6 to 8 inches of contact with the water. They are literally flying these boats across the top of the water with an unlimited outboard on the back. Go to town, do what you want with it. Change fuel, change the engine mapping, change the ECU, bore it out, put lightweight pistons in it, do whatever you have to do to make this motor go fast and reliable, like we're seeing the S17 right now. Too impulsive. Jared Smith, a seasoned professional behind the wheel of one of these tunnel boats. as he comes out and he probably gets the yellow flag this time through. But a great battle further back between the two South Australians. Adam Smith on the inside, Ryan Stunnell in the S91 on the outside. These guys have been neck and neck the entire race. Yellow flag, 1 lap to go. Stunnell stretches it out by 2 boat lengths now, but Adam Smith has the inside run into turn number 1. You can forget about Jared Smith, he's got this in the bag. The race is on for second. Stunnell now starts to move away by 5 or 6 boat lengths over Adam Smith. He's going to take this one out in second. He should move across now, come up hard against the pins, and that's exactly what he's done to protect that line. On the way out of turn number 2, your winner was Jared Smith in the S17 from Adelaide. In second, Ryan Stunnell for Simons and Clark, and Adam Smith, the S2, takes out third place for our unlimited racing. Now, unlimited outboards here. Unfortunately, only 3 here this weekend, but putting on some fantastic racing. Now, PC, there is this argument that goes on between inboard drivers and outboard drivers. A lot of inboard guys think that these are smelly, and they call them egg beaters.
Yeah, they do, but there's a lot of respect between the different classes at the end of the day. Yeah, we always have a bit of a joke when the outboards come on, it's time to go to the bathroom and things like that, but no, they are a brilliant class to watch, and it's a growing class as well. And the fact is that last year at the Melton Gold Cup, the Keith Harrison was won by Craig Bailey in an outboard. He smoked them off the line and went on to take the victory. So when they argue about it and they say, well, I've only got 330 horsepower and you've got 1,800, I'll just giving you a bit of a win. Yes. They can have some pretty good arguments over the years. And I know for a fact that most of us in powerboat racing absolutely love the fact that these guys go up against the blown boats.
Yeah, and it's great. And they do consistently beat those blown boats. Either they break down or they just have to slow down too much in the corners. We've got a guy back home called Richard Cox, and he was a legend in one of these tunnel boats for many, many years, done the Australian circuit and won a lot of titles over here on the East Coast. And I'm pretty sure he and the rest of the members back there at the WA Speedboat Club will be tuning in and watching all of this tunnel boat action. We've got 25 horsepower boats out on the water already. We'll take a very short break, have a drink, collect ourselves after what has been 2 fantastic races, and we've got lots more in store coming your way this afternoon at the Sunraysia Spectacular. Stick around.
Hey guys, while I got a minute, I've just ducked down to the Savage Promotions van. Have a look at this thing. Holy cow, it is full of gear and really smart looking gear. Couple of really nice. Zoe up there, I think this is Phoebe. I'll have a chat to Phoebe in a minute. And Lou, who's over there. Good on you, Lou. Hey, Phoebe, you were here earlier when we did the first cross. How's sales been so far today?
Yeah, pretty good. We're selling a few T-shirts and stubbies and that. Still more to sell though.
And of course, you've been selling earplugs as well. I bet you that's going well.
Yeah, lots of earplugs to sell.
Good work. Hey, Phoebe, you came down to give Mark and Luke a hand here. How cool is this outfit with all gear in it? Like, what's your pick? Which one you like the best?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Sunraysia Spectacular tees. They're pretty good.
Yeah, cool. Well, I like the shirts over here. I reckon they look pretty cool too with the collar and the like. Hey, you're obviously following the boats today, and you'll be here again tomorrow. What's on it all?
I've never watched the boat races before, but they're pretty cool, interesting.
Yeah, what have you got for me that you'd like to ask? Sort of questions?
I was thinking about how the drive, because it's so noisy up here for me, but I was wondering how noisy it is in the actual boats.
Right, well, in the cab, the guys obviously in the cells have a little bit of an advantage to a point, but they all have their own protection. They also have a fair bit of connectivity between themselves and their teams as well. So they do a wonderful job of looking after themselves out there. But that's a really good question, okay, because everybody else is probably thinking it, you're asking it, and that's good work. Make sure you got another question from me on the cross tomorrow. Enjoying your day?
Yeah, it's been beautiful. The weather's great.
What we'd like to do, though, is keep you really busy. So if anybody's looking for something to come and grab as far as official merchandise, get it else other than here at the Savage Promotions van, clearly marked under Sunraysia Spectacular. A great opportunity to come down and gear up and be dressed ready for tomorrow. You ready for tomorrow, Zoe? Phoebe?
Yeah, I sure am.
What about Zoe? She pulling the weight okay?
Yeah, she's great.
And how's Lewis, the boss?
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Yeah, she's a tyrant. She pushes you. She's good. Right, we're all done down here. It's a wrap-up for the Savage Promotions tent. I'll throw back to you up there in the central commentary, Yvonne.
Got the 25 horsepowers out now, Vaughan. I believe we'll just bring up our little trade sheet and have a look at what we've got. There's that many of them out there. They're hard to pick up.
Okay, mate, we have Master Force, Little Dramas, Crazy Attitude, Aquaholic, Supernaut, Aquasonic, and Filthy. Seven wide on the start as the wind starts to pick up just a little bit, but that'll suit these boats. And all eyes on Tyler Scott in the white 33 as he streaks to the lead. So Supernaut and Little Dramas, Declan Hartley out there, starting right out wide. But already young Tyler Scott starting to round the field up. I think it's Supernaut out in front, yep. There's another category that like to fly their boats. You can see young Tyson in second place at the moment with the nose sitting right out of the water. Try and hold the throttle down and minimise the amount of boat speed that they wash off. So you can see they're starting to exit the corner and come right out wide to try and keep that momentum up. They've only got 25 horsepower to play with, and if you happen to bog it down, your opposition are going to drive away. So the VO17 in first, Tyler Scott in second place. Then we go back to the yellow. Aquaholic, yep. And the green boat, I believe, is Aquaholic, yep. And a good battle on towards the back of the field as well, while our two leaders drive away from everybody else. So Crazy Attitude out there down towards the rear. Master Force, I think that might be Master Force out in front actually. Because Master Force is a blue and white boat. Yeah. All yellow boat, the 826, just moving past. Then the green boat, Aquaholic, the 21. No, Master Force is down the back, mate, with the white on it. So that is Aquaholic out in front. Yep. Yeah, a bit hard to pick these guys up now with the sun on the water and reflection in our eyes up here in the commentary box. But a good race on here for the win. With Master Force out wide, the blue and white boat out in about pole 3. Tyler Scott in that unusual boat. But a very efficient boat. Unfortunately not going to take the win on this occasion. That's a good win by about 20 metres back to Tyler Scott. For the, is it Supernaut? Yep. And Supernaut will take this one from Tyler Scott in the 33. And then everybody else a long way behind. Little green boat. Well, I don't have a photo. That's Aquaholic. Yeah, good battle on here. Oh, that's going to be neck and neck with Master Force making a move. So he didn't finish dead last. There's Aquasonic in second place.
So just having a look back to just a couple of results, and do notice, yeah. So just having a look back at our Drivers' Championship for the X100 in the B final, Jimbo has broken the speed bracket.
Wow.
So,
Phil Smirlick.
So one more becomes first place. Excalibur comes into second place.
Oh, wow.
Wow, can you believe it?
And the way that one more finished, he wasn't on 8 cylinders either, so those guys will be stoked.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we are still awaiting final confirmation for the final A. So I'm just keeping an eye on my phone with that one, because the final status of the X100 has not been fully posted as yet. So,
the interesting part,
7 wide on the start as the wind starts to pick up just a little bit, but that'll suit these boats. And all eyes on Tyler Scott in the white 33 as he streaks to the lead. So Supernaut and Little Dramas, Declan Hartley out there, starting right out wide. But already young Tyler Scott starting to round the field up. I think it's Supernaut out in front, yep. Another category that like to fly their boats. You can see young Tyson in second place at the moment with the nose sitting right out of the water. Try and hold the throttle down and minimize the amount of boat speed that they wash off. So you can see they're starting to exit the corner and come right out wide to try and keep that momentum up. They've only got 25 horsepower to play with, and if you happen to bog it down, your opposition are going to drive away. So the VO17 in first, Tyler Scott in second place. Then we go back to the yellow. Aquaholic, yep. And the green boat, I believe, is Aquaholic, yep. And a good battle on towards the back of the field as well, while our 2 leaders drive away from everybody else. So crazy attitude out there down towards the rear. Master Force, I think that might be Master Force out in front actually. Master Force is a blue and white boat. Yeah. All yellow boat, the 826, just moving past. Then the green boat, Aquaholic, the 21. No, Master Force is down the back, mate, with the white on it. So that is Aquaholic out in front. Yep. Yeah, a bit hard to pick these guys up now with the sun on the water and reflection in our eyes up here in the commentary box. But a good race on here for the win. With Master Force out wide, the blue and white boat out in about pole 3. Tyler Scott in that unusual boat. But a very efficient boat. Unfortunately not going to take the win on this occasion. That's a good win by about 20 metres back to Tyler Scott. For the, is that Supernaut? Yep. And Supernaut will take this one from Tyler Scott in the 33. And then everybody else a long way behind. Little green boat. Well, I don't have a photo. That's Aquaholic. Yeah, good battle on here. Oh, that's going to be neck and neck with Master Force making a move. So he didn't finish dead last. There's Aquasonic in second place.
GTS Freight Management is our naming rights sponsor. We thank them very much indeed. GTS Freight Management is one of Australia's leading transport and logistics companies specialising in national freight, forwarding and temperature-controlled delivery. Established in Mildura in 1980, GTS operates a modern fleet and offers warehousing, supply chain solutions and dedicated freight services to the beverage, food and FMCG industries.
Big thank you to Baldwin Boats, one of our major sponsors here this weekend, family-owned marine manufacturer for over 40 years of experience of building, servicing and selling high-performance boats. Based here in Mildura, Baldwin Boats have been producing custom ski, race and houseboats and serve as a Mercury marine dealer. The business contributes significantly to Australia's boating industry through engine servicing, marine parts and river recovery services. Big thanks to Chris and Kim and all of the Baldwin family involvement for being a major sponsor here this weekend.
Of course, the Mildura Rural City Council, the governing body of the Sunraysia region, providing infrastructure, community services and tourism development, covering a massive amount of 22,000 square kilometres. The council supports local events and is a fine sponsor today of the Sunraysia Spectacular, fostering regional growth and community engagement. So thank you very much to the Mildura Rural City Council.
Big thanks to the Gateway Tavern, of course, the Gateway Mildura, our premier local hospitality venue. They feature a family bistro with modern sports.
All right, guys and girls, we are down here with the chap himself, Dennis Pasala, with Always Pumping. Dennis, tell us what's been going on with Always Pumping.
With the boat Always Pumping, yeah, we haven't been having much luck over the last few years. We've been running a fairly old engine and seems to be something breaking all the time. Raced at Yarrawonga and we broke 2 gearboxes, which is a bit unfortunate. The springs let go on us. Crankshaft broke from an overrev once the gearbox broke. So we decided to scrap all that and move forward and go to a big block, which we had some of it laying around the shed. So last Thursday we got the engine together and put in the boat and worked on a bit over the weekend, and we've got a close tune-up in it, and we're here now in Mildura.
And Dennis, we've been following you around for a fair bit, and obviously a few engine failures and nothing to do with you, but there's been work going on in the background. So I'm sure, you know, like you've told me before, you've done work on the base of the boat to make it handle and feel better. What else have you been doing to it?
Yeah, so we've blueprinted the boat a few times, which is with the small block Duggan engine, which is probably 30 years old. We had that going not too bad, but it's always something either electrically or mechanically, just something that would break because so much of the stuff was old. So basically, we've just been trying to set it up so the boat holds his nose good, which is, it's good. Now we just need some seat time. Hopefully we've got a reliable engine, everything brand new, and we can maybe finally get some back-to-back races in with a bit of luck.
That's fantastic, mate. How'd you feel doing the hot lap this afternoon?
Not that good. There was a roller on the track, which I didn't see. It come down and the boat got a little bit loose. Which wasn't a really good feeling. Coming out of the back straight, the boost was playing up a bit because we're having troubles just setting that. It's all new, and coming out in the corner, it's a little bit high on the boost and it's blown out of the water. But we put a smaller prop on this evening, and hopefully tomorrow it's a different day.
We're looking forward to seeing you start making some progress, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Going to be good. Dennis, is there anyone you'd like to thank? Any crew members or sponsors?
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to thank my brother Rob for his input. He puts for everything. Argo gearboxes, Scotty up there, he's great. This year, Wonga Saturday the gearbox broke and he drove to work and built another one for me so I could race the next morning. So thanks to him. Brett Nidgery, he dug in a lot this week and helped us get the engine up and going, which is really great. So, and everyone that puts the race meetings together, and my crew, Aaron, he spends endless hours helping me, and I want to thank him, and James Bella, and everyone else. So thanks.
Thanks very much for your time, Dennis. We're looking forward to seeing you progress to the front of the field, and I know it's coming soon.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks,
See you.
buddy.
Good can trip,
Yes.
right?
So there has been some decisions made by race control and the race director. Pretty much it all goes back to what happened yesterday in qualifying. So that's why we're a competitor short in this one. But yeah, we'll move on. That's the way we go, the way it rolls, unfortunately, as part of the National Drivers' Championship.
Well, we wait patiently now for the group that has gone up to the far end of the circuit to have themselves readied and placed in perfect form to come back. Let's keep an eye on them. I'd say they're on their way back now, Vaughan.
I'll just quickly tell you that as far as the overall points are concerned, it is a dead set duel between Tate Ramsey and Connor Patterson. Do not discount Connor Patterson in second place in Turn It Up.
Let's watch it. Here they go, boys.
All right, 3 competitors in this one. The C final for the 2025 Battery World National Drivers' Championship. Always pumping on the inside, gets a good start. Away from Supernova, and Ryan Constable has pulled the boat over already. So there's an issue there with Odin again, unfortunately for those guys. They have had a hell of a weekend here at Mildura. So that leaves us with a drag race down the back straight. Supernova, a twin turbocharged V8 versus another turbocharged V8 in Dennis Pasala. And somebody's popping and banging out there already. And I think it may be Dennis Pasala in Always Pumping. The green boat hard up against the pins as he opens the throttle. Bounces out of turn number 2 for the first time. But Scotty Cleaver doing a great job in the Supernova. Starts to accelerate away from Always Pumping. The more time that Dennis spends in the air, Supernova's just going to drive away with that 100% contact with the wheel. And you can, there was a big bunny hop there from Supernova. So both boats struggling to try and get some traction and get some drive on the Mighty Murray as they head down in towards turn number 2. And it is Dennis Pasala with a miss in the engine there. It's just intermittent. Let's see whether he can continue the race. PC, call him home.
Yes, it's the Supernova now leading the way through. Yellow flag, 1 lap to go. Scotty Cleaver picking up points, but he's looking good here. It is Dennis Pasala still having a red hot go in the Always Pumping, but it does just sound quite a little bit off at the moment. But up the back straight now for the final time, Scotty Cleaver. He's got the power down a little bit better this time round as he heads up in the Supernova for the final time up the back straight here in the C final. Always Pumping with Dennis Pasala, who's trying to sneak up the inside, but there he sees Scotty Cleaver shut that door on him as they head down now. Scotty Cleaver in the Supernova, he'll see the checkered flag. It is going to be a win to the Supernova. Scott Cleaver in the C main final today, Battery World National Drivers' Championship. Congratulations. And Dennis Pasala is Always Pumping comes home in second position. A good drive, but plenty of, I think there's more air time than in the water that time.
There certainly was, and that's where Scotty Cleaver made his advantage. He kept his boat in the water more than Always Pumping with Dennis Pasala, but that miss was starting to get worse towards the conclusion of that race. So now he's got all overnight to get that on top of those gremlins and get ready for the trophy races coming up tomorrow, including the Harrison Trophy, which is much sought after by all of our unlimited drivers, whether they're driving outboards or displacement boats with the inboard motors. Set duel between Tate Ramsey and Connor Patterson. Do not discount Connor Patterson in second place in Turn It Up.
Let's watch it. Here they go, boys.
All right, 3 competitors in this one. The C final for the 2025 Battery World National Drivers Championship. Always Pumping on the inside, gets a good start away from Supernova, and Ryan Constable has pulled the boat over already. So there's an issue there with Odin again, unfortunately for those guys. They have had a hell of a weekend here at Mildura. So that leaves us with a drag race down the back straight. Supernova, a twin turbocharged V8 versus another turbocharged V8 in Dennis Pasala, and somebody's popping and banging out there already, and I think it may be Dennis Pasala in Always Pumping. The green boat hard up against the pins as he opens the throttle, bounces out of turn number 2 for the first time, but Scotty Cleaver doing a great job in the Supernova, starts to accelerate away from Always Pumping. The more time that Dennis spends in the air, Supernova's just going to drive away with that 100% contact with the wheel, and you can, oh, there was a big bunny hop there from Supernova. So both boats struggling to try and get some traction and get some drive on the Mighty Murray as they head down in towards turn number 2. And it is Dennis Pasala with a miss in the engine there. It's just intermittent. Let's see whether he can continue the race. PC, call him home.
Yes, it's the Supernova now leading the way through. Yellow flag, 1 lap to go. Scotty Cleaver picking up points, but he's looking good here. It is Dennis Pasala still having a red hot go in the Always Pumping, but it does just sound quite a little bit off at the moment. But up the back straight now for the final time, Scotty Cleaver. He's got the power down a little bit better this time round as he heads up in the Supernova for the final time up the back straight here in the C final. Always Pumping with Dennis Pasala. He's trying to sneak up the inside, but there he sees Scotty Cleaver shut that door on him as they head down now. Scotty Cleaver in the Supernova. He'll see the checkered flag. It is going to be a win to the Supernova. Scott Cleaver in the C main final today. Battery World National Drivers Championship. Congratulations. And Dennis Pasala is Always Pumping. Comes home in second position. A good drive, but plenty of, I think there's more.
Brett Ramsey and Royce McIntyre. And good to see Royce getting away with the rest of them this time. Had a few starting issues in that previous event. As we said, he's a family-orientated team. They don't have $1 million and just go about their business methodically, increasing the performance of that boat while being safe. It's a LS-based engine on board that one. I guess the guy to beat in this one, I reckon, is going to be Brett Nidri. A guy with many years experience of not only alcohol displacement boats, but also in the hydroplanes. A world hydroplane champion out there in the BNR machine, the orange and white. And we have Les Smith, the Mad Dog, with lots of assistance this weekend from locals. We got Nathan Barry on the boat as well from Sydney. Heath and Mick from the Glenmaggie Districts Boat Club, they're on board this weekend. Chris Built from Berry Diesel Services, he's already giving some advice and some support to Les as well. And then we have the second and third runners in this one. So BNR, Les Smith, Mayhem. Only 3 in this one, boys?
4 went out.
Yeah, of course, Brett Nedry has shown to be a pretty solid peddler this weekend.
Oh, Brett and Ravage.
Definitely has the form to go through in this one.
So Brett's another guy that's just going about his business, just casually moving up on the tune on this boat and altering the boat to suit its new behaviour, because as we've said, once you start plugging in some more horsepower, the behaviour of the boat changes. Yeah, so now you kind of go back, you take a step backwards to go forward. Yeah. And that's what this category is all about. But as I said, another guy that's just quietly going about his business. He's got something unusual compared to the rest of the guys. They're all running twin-turboed V8s, and he's decided to go with a straight six-cylinder, a 2JZ that you would find in a Toyota Lexus. And so far, so good for Brett Ramsey. He's been consistent.
Yeah, just having a look too, back at the earlier races, Mad Dog's had a couple of good finishes coming in second, but in actual fact, he got a penalty. He hit a buoy in heat number 2A. So that's a one-lap penalty for hitting a buoy, and that's why he's actually missed out on the main final today.
Because he would have gone straight through to the A, I think, on those performances.
Yes, he would have indeed. So, yes, little mistakes can cost you dearly here. So I'm just having a look back. Definitely a one-lap penalty was issued to Les Smith in the Mad Dog in heat number 2A.
Looks like they're on their way to us now, fellas.
Yep, coming around the corner here. So it looks like Ravage is out against the shoreline. And I think Mad Dog might be on pole position. Or is that Nedry? We'll have to wait and see as they get a little bit closer.
I'd say it's Nedry.
Already around about 80 miles an hour. So Barney in the Barnyard Dog about ready to drop the white flag. The B main for the Battery World National Drivers Championship. Royce McIntyre in third place at the moment, and Brett Ramsey and Ravage right out wide. But it's going to be game on here. Brett Nedry in the big block Chev versus the little small block of Mad Dog all the way over from Brisbane, Australia. And they're going side by side. A shootout up the inside. Les Smith, he just flipped the boat. Just about flipped the boat there for Mad Dog. And Les Smith really turned it in hard. And that's going to cause a broken flag. Continuing on, that promotes Brett Ramsey up in the second place now. And Royce McIntyre.
All the boats are already sailing right up there at the moment. So Brett Nedry now leads the way with the BNR Racing up there now in the second position is Ravage. Brett Ramsey, and following up third place is Mayhem. But what a race this has been so far. They'll know that the Mad Dog is up there stopped, and they'll all see him, the portions are out. So good driving for everybody to get through there. Brett Nedry, BNR Racing engine. There he goes now. One lap to go.
PC, I think there may be some damage onto the left rear of Brett Nedry's DNR. We'll have to keep an eye on it as it comes down the back straight. Les Smith stricken down there in turn number one. There's definitely some damage on the side of BNR for Brett Nedry. So he's really backed it down, just trying to get to the finish line at the moment. So that to me says that there may have been some contact between himself and Les Smith in Mad Dog. A good race for second place. Royce McIntyre in Mayhem bouncing the boat. The flag goes to Brett Nedry. Royce McIntyre, another consistent effort to come home in second place in this B main for the National Drivers Championship, brought to you by Battery World. And coming home in third place will be the 2 of Brett Ramsey in Ravage.
Well, what a state of events, boys. Would never have picked that we knew the racing would be tight, but wouldn't have expected the finish to be like that. And incidentally, the damage on that boat will be worth having a quick look at when he comes out of the water, because that could very well spell issues for tomorrow for the guys.
Knowing Brett and how professional he is, I reckon he'll get straight onto that this afternoon and work into the night. Looks like it's superficial, a little bit of cosmetic damage. Certainly doesn't look like it's got a hole in the side of the hull. But yeah, a very unfortunate way to end the National Drivers' Championship round 4 for Les Smith. Made the big trek over the Nullarbor, and unfortunately it has all come to a screaming halt down there in turn number 2. Guys, while you talk amongst yourselves, I'm going to quickly jump down and go and have a look at the Nidri boat, so I'll give you an update as to how serious it is.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, go and give him an interview while you're there. Brett loves to talk. Not really, but we'll make him talk.
Warren will make him talk, don't worry.
Looks like the final now is coming on. Destiny turned it up late on, and Mikey Johnson in Addicted by the look of things.
Yep,
going to
there
be
it
the 4 that will go out there.
Yep.
And this will be for the National Drivers' Championship final, but not only that, for the whole series win. With lay it on and turn it up so close in points, whoever pretty much might win this one should win the championship.
Absolutely, we'll be waiting with bated breath on this one. The Turn It Up crew have certainly shown a very clean set of heels this weekend. The Lay It On guys likewise have been solid in their performance as well. You don't get to this
They get a little bit closer
day without being
already at around about 80 miles an hour.
The weekend so far, and these guys have.
So Barney in the Barnyard Dog about ready to drop the white flag. The B main for the Battery World National Drivers' Championship. Royce McIntyre in 3rd place at the moment, and Brett Ramsey and Ravage right out wide. But it's going to be game on here. Brett Nidri in the big block Chev versus the little small block of Mad Dog all the way over from Western Australia, and they're going side by side. A shootout up the inside. Les Smith just flipped the board. Just about flipped the boat there for Mad Dog, and Les Smith really turned it in hard, and that's going to cause a caution flag. Continuing on, that promotes Brett Ramsey up in the 2nd place now, and Royce McIntyre.
All the votes have already seen him out there at the moment. So Brett Nidri now leads the way with the BNR Racing up there now in the 2nd position is Ravage. Brett Ramsey, and following up 3rd place is Mayhem. But what a race this has been so far. They'll know that the Mad Dog is up there stopped, and they'll all see him. The cautions are out. So good driving by everybody to get through there. Brett Nidri, BNR Racing engines. There he goes now. 1 lap to go.
PC, I think there may be some damage onto the left rear of Brett Nidri's BNR. We'll have to keep an eye on it as it comes down the back straight. Les Smith stricken down there in turn number 1. There's definitely some damage on the side of BNR for Brett Nidri. So he's really backed it down, just trying to get to the finish line at the moment. So that to me says that there may have been some contact between himself and Les Smith in Mad Dog. A good race for 2nd place. Royce McIntyre in Mayhem bouncing the boat. The flag goes to Brett Nidri. Royce McIntyre, another consistent effort to come home in 2nd place in this B main for the National Drivers' Championship, brought to you by Battery World. And coming home in 3rd place will be the 2 of Brett Ramsey in Ravage.
Well, that's the Mayhem coming out. I think the Nidri boat will be the next one to be loaded, and we'll see from this side shortly, Paul, what that looks like.
It's not too bad. It's a little nick. That's all we call that, I reckon. Bit of tape will fix that.
Flesh wound, right? It's just a flesh wound, Paul. It'll be fine.
All right, Battery World National Drivers' Championship A final.
He's back, our man on the spot, so I'm sure he's got what we need. And here he is.
All right, just went down to the boat ramp and checked out the boat. There was a little bit of contact there for sure. There's some superficial damage done to Brett Nidry's boat, nothing structural. So that boat should be able to be easily repaired. As you would understand, a very unhappy West Australian down there. And I didn't get a chance to see whether there was any damage. He has spun to avoid that boat and consequently spun the boat out. So hard luck, and you got to feel for the guy. He's done a lot of work to get the boat ready, bring all the way over here, and unfortunately all ends like that.
So turning up will be in pole number 1, who has actually stopped here. Hang on.
The turn it up boat is parked in the middle of the river at the moment.
No. Well, the equation was simple, guys. I've had it confirmed. If Tate Ramsey completes these 3 laps, he will be the 3-time champion of the Battery World National Drivers' Championship, unless he fails to finish.
Right.
And then it was going to leave the door open for Connor. Now, with this happening out here at the moment, drama from day one in the National Drivers' Championship, and it's going to continue right through to the conclusion of 2025.
That's not a good look, boys.
Oh, the guys will be devastated. You can see Scotty down there. He's clapping and encouraging his son. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got the capsule off, the helmet off. Put your hands together for Connor Patterson. He's done his best this year. Super disappointed for the young guy, and of course his father as well. As you'll understand, I'm not going to go anywhere near Connor right now. So, yeah, we'll just let the family members console him at the moment. So, we are down to 3 runners now, guys.
Yeah, correct.
Lay it on. Tate Ramsey. His brother Blake is out there in Destiny.
Michael Johnson.
And Mikey J from Yarrawonga. So all the country people, country folk, you're going for Mikey Johnson in the Addicted. So really, it's a pretty wide open race, this last one. This is the A-Main, the last race of 2025 for our Battery World National Drivers' Championship.
It's incredible how many things have altered throughout the day today.
It's just powerboat racing at this level. Things just happen. It's unbelievable. As we can see, Connor is out of the boat now and still able to actually manage a smile. Bad luck, Scotty and Connor. As they console each other down there on the foreshore. A hell of a year for the young guy. He's done the best he can. He had a problem with the boat delaminating in Yarrawonga, and he fought back from that. Got himself into a position where he could have taken this title should Tate Ramsey not finish these 3 laps. But now, as a consequence of this one, it's out the door for Connor Patterson, unfortunately. So we're waiting for our boats to come around the corner with Barney Patterson for the last time today, our forced induction, but they will be back tomorrow. So please come nice, bright and early to this beautiful Mildura Speedboat Club, or Ski Club. And, well, we've converted it into a speedboat club this weekend. I haven't seen any skiing happening.
Maybe later after the races are finished, I might get out how we go. But
I might even give it a go myself.
What are you, a barefooter?
I used to, mate. I used to, and then I got old.
Yeah, there you go.
So I haven't...
Mate, I've never done it. I'll give it a crack.
Yeah,
I'll break my legs. Just make sure we get a ramp installed here for the morning. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the A-Main. The 2025 Battery World National Drivers' Championship about to enter the last race of the year, the last day of school. Who is going to go home? The 2024 champion. Oh, let's go 25, because Tate's already won it in 24. He's going for 3 on the road. Number 1 for the first time. Blake Ramsey in Destiny on, hard up against the pins. Going to lay it on, run around the outside. Mikey J's made some moves on the way out of turn number 2. But the power of between himself and his brother Blake as Tate gets into the wash. Now what's going to do in a straight line? And number one to wrap off lap number 2. It's Blake, but here comes Tate Ramsey, trying to get the boat up on the cat plate, trying to keep it as flat as possible. It's a little bit of rough water. Go down the back straight. One more lap to go this time through. Tate Ramsey doing the best he can to try and catch Blake.
They're out the front straight away now. Destiny just out over, lay it on. The two brothers going head to head here. He's having a red hot position, but it's up the back straight now. He's going to be brother from brother here. Destiny gets it down, lay it on, stands it up beautifully. Tate Ramsey, he's trying to pull it back. He's going to move it on the outside. We're up into the final turn now, ladies and gentlemen. It is now deck to deck as they get to the final turn. Ramsey going to have a good time here. Blake Ramsey, Tate gets it off the high here. Tate Ramsey, and in the third position, Marky Johnson. What a race. The two brothers are having a red hot crack at that one, and they'll be talking about that one for ages at home in the future. And Blake will be getting out the DVD, showing it to his brother, saying, how good was that?
Well, as we expected, it was going to be a weekend full of surprises, but the end has shown that the champ sits right there in front of us, and that's exactly how we wanted it to play out. Everybody down on the foreshore here, PC, would have been absolutely hair standing on the back of their necks watching that one unfold.
It was awesome.
What a challenge.
That's an awesome race. Tate didn't give it up, that's for certain. He was in there and pushing his brother in the Destiny all the way, but that's a fantastic victory for Blake Ramsey. He's taken the points today, he's taken the chocolates, and he is the round winner here at the Mildura Sunraysia Cup. And he's a very, very excited man. I can't wait to have on give an interview with him, because it's a good victory for Blake Ramsey in Destiny.
Yeah, that's a great outcome. Great outcome. And how good was that challenge between the two of them on a number of occasions there, Paul? That could have easily have turned. They were certainly giving everything they had. So I suppose, talking earlier, there was certainly no sandbagging out there. That is raw horsepower and raw talent driving those things.
Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Blake Ramsey in a Destiny, your winner today in the Battery World National Drivers' Championship for forced induction. Excellent victory indeed, well deserved. Into second place, give it up for Tate Ramsey in a lay on. And in third position, it is Mikey Johnson when he opens up his lid. Give him a big round of applause as well. They've battled hard all weekend. They broke a propeller yesterday, unfortunately, in an incident on the ramp, using their second propeller, which isn't their preferred, but he's made the final and come into third position. So give Mikey Johnson a big round of applause as well.
Well, there's Johnson's canopy open, but take nothing away from Tate now, ladies and gents, as they travel through. And give them all you've got. They've put on a spectacular show for you this weekend. And believe it or not, they're coming back tomorrow. Coming back tomorrow to crack again. That's incredible.
Yeah, and tomorrow we can mix it up a little bit. We can put some 6 litres in, and we can put some outboards in with the blowing boats as well.
Stir it up and see what happens.
Oh, yeah, and of course we have seen some 6 litres and outboards win some of the big races at the Gold Cup. Yeah, Tate Ramsey, well done, mate, and lay it on.
Guys, not taking anything away from our 3 competitors in that event. Just spoken with Scotty Patterson. You wouldn't believe it, the battery died.
Oh, serious?
Unbelievable.
Battery died.
A simple thing like a battery. And that has cost Connor any chance of having a crack at this one.
So that's.
But as you can see, and not taking anything away from Blake, who's still on his victory lap, Blake will be credited with the round win, but the overall champion for 2025, 3 years on the go. A new deal this year with Lay It On. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tate Ramsey.
A spectacular effort, guys. Can't wait to get a chat with him, Vaughan. Very shortly. He'll be
coming up very shortly. We'll just wait for him to jump off. I reckon he should go for a swim.
We'll see that he does or you do.
Ladies and gentlemen on the shoreline, put your hands together for the round win in Blake Ramsey and Destiny. A truly family affair this weekend. Now what a way to finish. Going for a swim in the mighty Murray.
I think he'll be coming here shortly, Vaughan. He's wet now, so that'll be fine.
Watch it, guys. 2 minutes. Big hugs, as you would expect from the two brothers down here. We'll just wait for Blake to Tate to come out. Here he comes. Mate, one more time. Give it up for Tate Ramsey. Mate, well done. That's 3 on the grey. Yep, I won't interrupt you kissing the wife. Well done, mate. That was a great drive. Looked a little bit dicey through the day. The bike wasn't behaving as probably what you would have expected, but you fought back. You've taken second place in that last heat. It's enough to get you over the line for another championship.
Yeah, it's been probably a bit of a frustrating day. It certainly hasn't turned out the way we'd planned, and you know, we scraped our way into the A main and put on a pretty good show, I reckon. But yeah, just we've had good reliability all year, and just a couple of little things were sort of annoying us today, and it just wasn't a very happy boat. But anyway, we got the result. Nothing better than my brother up there winning the A main. It's pretty awesome.
It is awesome, mate. So if you go back to your childhood, you used to probably muck around, fight each other in the backyard. Now you do it on the water at 100 and nearly 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty unique sort of thing we've got going on with, you know, Blake and I, and obviously Baxter, and just our family and our friends are involved in our team, and it's just such a very special thing that we have going, and yeah, I don't take it for granted at all. Yeah, very, very humbled to be a part of it.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, Tate Ramsey and the Leighton family take out the 2025 National Drivers' Championship as another Ramsey goes for a swim. We will talk to Blake very shortly and get his take on things. Oh, Stephen Scott went in as well from the Victorian Speedboat Club. Guys, just watch out. There's a trailer about to enter the water. As we pick up with Blake Ramsey, as the brothers unite and give each other a big hug. Mate, congratulations. You have taken out the round win here at Mildura on our return to this beautiful ski club. Congratulations. It was a great drive and a great battle with your own brother.
Yeah, thank you very much, Vaughan. It was really disappointing to see that Connor wasn't out there next to me. I was really looking forward to that race. That being said, you know, Tate's a very difficult competitor, as is Mikey. But I guess I probably just blocked them out and just tried to send it.
Tried to send it, mate. So what's happening for next year? Obviously, you're going to be back for sure.
Yeah, I hope so. I've got another boat coming, 21-footer. A bigger engine, PSI. I've got to try and keep up with all these quick guys. That being said, we've developed this boat really well. I think it's come a long way over the 4 years I've had it, and particularly this year, where I think I'm competitive now, where previously I probably thought I just made up the numbers a bit. So yeah, I'm having some fun. So I actually probably need more laps. I'm not driving it perfectly yet.
Mate, congratulations. A stellar effort so far this weekend. Trophy races coming up tomorrow. And look, you're consistent. You're up the front. And that's got to be a good thing leading into the trophy races tomorrow.
Oh, it definitely does. You know, consistency and finishing the races is really key. And I put that all down to the crew and particularly Brett from B&R Engines. Like, we haven't not finished a race for a very long time. And full credit to the way that he builds the engines, and you know, we do a lot ourselves in terms of maintenance back in the shed every Tuesday night. All the sacrifices that the crew makes, family, this makes it all worthwhile for me. But I really hope they get a lot of joy out of it too.
Mate, not going to hold you up anymore. You can go and celebrate with the rest of the Ramsey clan. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Blake Ramsey, our winner of the round, the final round for 2025 of the Battery World National Drivers' Championship. Of the year, the last day of school. Who is going to go home? The 2024 champion. Oh, let's go 25, because Tate's already won it in 24. He's going for 3 on the road. Right down the middle we go. Turn number 1 for the first time. Blake Ramsey and Destiny on, hard up against the pins. Going to lay it on, run around the outside. Mikey J's made some moves on the way out of turn number 2. But the power of increase the speed and increase the distance, and also narrow the distance between himself and his brother Blake as Tate gets into the wash. Now what can he do in a straight line? And Mikey Johnson knows. Number 1 to wrap off lap number 2. It's Blake, but here comes Tate Ramsey trying to get the boat up on the cat plate, trying to keep it as blunt as possible. It's a little bit of rough water as they go down the back straight. 1 more lap to go this time through. Tate Ramsey doing the best he can to try and catch Blake.
Out the front straight away now. Destiny just out over, lay it on. The 2 runners going head to head here. He's having a red hot now. But it's up the back straight now. He's going to be rolling with Sprella here. Destiny gets it down, lay it on, stands it up beautifully. Tate Ramsey, he's trying to pull it back. He's getting a little bit more power on the outside. Get up into the final turn now, ladies and gentlemen. It is now deck to deck as they get to the final turn. Ramsey going to have a good time here. Blake Ramsey, oh, Tate gets it off high here. Tate Ramsey, and in the third position, Mikey Johnson kicked it. What a race. The 2 brothers are having a red hot crack at that one, and they'll be talking about that one for ages at home in the future. And Blake will be
down there in the pits tonight around the Durham Transporter, where the both Blake and Tate will be. Yep. Alongside them is Brett Nidry as well. And unfortunately for Mark Gowtry, the 4th boat in the BNR stable. He's here, so he'll be celebrating with the boys. Correct. For sure. But he's probably a bit peeved he wasn't out there, because Mark's been in the Bs and the A's all year. And, more
Look,
disappointment. But that's how motor racing rolls, and we roll with it. We do it because we love it. And if you can't accept the disappointment, you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, well, it's the old story too, isn't it? Like, don't go on what you've missed. Go on what you chase, and chase what you need, and chase till you get it. And if you didn't look at it that way, you certainly wouldn't be a repeat competitor time and time again. Because motorsport is one of the cruelest forms of motorsport ever. You talk about a 20-cent piece going to hell in a handbag, right? So it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. And like I said, if you can't handle that, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Correct. Well, it looks like we're ready to go with the next round for this. And these
3
guys,
tunnels?
Yeah, that looks like they are keen and set to go.
Jared Smith, Adam Smith, and Ryan Stunnell all representing the Adelaide Speedboat Club this weekend. And I got a feeling that Jared Smith's going to run away with this one as well. This is a brand new to his team. It's a 2016 DAC out of Italy. And it's got one hell of an engine on the back of it, as you can see. Starts to accelerate away. But Ryan Stunnell, at the moment, only 2 boat links off the back of him. And then we go back to Adam Smith in the Adams Test and Tune boat. So Adam pulls up alongside Ryan Stunnell. And can't do anything about it. No, Stunnell's moved out again by about 25 metres. Oh, he's slowing down. So there's an issue on board the S91 of Ryan Stunnell. So that leaves a brotherly challenge here. Jared Smith in the 2 Impulsive, the S17 out of Adelaide Speedboat Club, and his brother Adam Smith driving the 22 for Adams Test and Tune.
Certainly not expected to see that drop away, and the guys will take a lot of caution heading into that turn. As you can see, the boys flashing, which is an added safety feature that the guys run with circuit racing here. So currently out there at the moment, looks like they've got the white with the red cross, which indicates a boat on the course and to take caution. So that's exactly what they'll do. I reckon the yellow will be unfurled very shortly for them to run through the final laps of this one for our tunnel boats.
So we've actually just set the stopwatch on Jared Smith for an unofficial time. Now I believe our outboards, or our inboards yesterday were lapping 30 seconds. Let's see what an outboard, yes, he has backed off as well. Caution area down there in turn number 2, so he is obliged under the rules to calm it down a tad. But checkered flag, 3 from 3 now for the S17. 2 Impulsive out of Adelaide. And Jared Smith, his brother Adam coming around now for Adams Test and Tune. And he will take 2nd place. Hard up against the shoreline. And that was a 30-second lap when he backed it down into turn number 2. So, I reckon we'll get in the 29s tomorrow when it starts getting serious and you've got to qualify. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a 29-second lap.
Spot on. Well, that's rotten luck for our other competitor.
Yeah, Ryan Stunnell.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan will be gutted on that one.
Adam Smith and Ryan Stunnell, all representing the Adelaide Speedboat Club this weekend. And I got a feeling that Jared Smith's going to run away with this one as well. This is a brand new to his team. It's a 2016 DAC out of Italy. And it's got one hell of an engine on the back of it, as you can see. Starts to accelerate away. But Ryan Stunnell, at the moment, only 2 boat links off the back of him. And then we go back to Adam Smith in the Adams Test and Tune boat. So Adam pulls up alongside Ryan Stunnell. And can't do anything about it. No, Stunnell's moved out again by about 25 metres. Oh, he's slowing down. So there's an issue on board the S91 of Ryan Stunnell. So that leaves a brotherly challenge here. Jared Smith in the 2 Impulsive, the S17 out of Adelaide Speedboat Club, and his brother Adam Smith driving the 22 for Adams Test and Tune.
Certainly not expected to see that drop away, and the guys will take a lot of caution heading into that turn. As you can see, the boys flashing, which is an added safety feature that the guys run with circuit racing here. So currently out there at the moment, looks like they've got the white with the red cross, which indicates a boat on the course and to take caution. So that's exactly what they'll do. I reckon the yellow will be unfurled very shortly for them to run through the final laps of this one for our tunnel boats.
So we've actually just set the stopwatch on Jared Smith for an unofficial time. Now I believe our outboards, or our inboards yesterday were lapping 30 seconds. Let's see what an outboard, yes, he has backed off as well. Caution area down there in turn number 2, so he is obliged under the rules to calm it down a tad. But checkered flag, 3 from 3 now for the S17. 2 Impulsive out of Adelaide. And Jared Smith, his brother Adam coming around now for Adams Test and Tune. And he will take 2nd place. Hard up against the shoreline.
Up with the juniors, as I said, we'll be on about 7:30 in the morning with some time trials. They do the time trials to get their time set up for some handicap racing. Then we'll be going into the land transport heats of the Junior National Drivers' Championship. And then we're straight into race number 3, which will be heat number 1 of the Keith Harrison qualifying. A Keith Harrison trophy is dedicated to the Keith Harrison and the Harrison family. And it's a dedication of all their work that they've done throughout the 30, 40, 50 years of racing. And tomorrow morning that will be heats number 1, 2, 3 and 4. It is an open invitational race, so we'll be able to see the 6 litres out there. We'll see the forced inductions, and we'll see some outboards also competing for the Keith Harrison trophy. It's a very prestigious trophy indeed, and I'll run through tomorrow all the details and the history of Keith Harrison and the Harrison family group.
Absolutely. So we've got plenty to do, not just tomorrow, but also today. As I said, some hot laps to come at you after our 25 horsepower outboard KLG Class Cup. So don't go away if you're watching live. I hope you're enjoying your action across the country. And a big thank you to all of the teams involved. And of course we do also thank from a live streaming point of view GP Hydro live streaming for their involvement here this weekend and beaming out everything from the Mildura region here to the greater world of our spectacular here this weekend. A Sunraysia Spectacular for power boating here in Mildura, live going out to the world courtesy of the team of GP Hydro live streaming.
Yes, it is, and it's good to see the little J22 Epic is back on the water. They're just running the engine now after a little incident this morning where it ended up in the drink and upside down. So it's good to see the J22 of Epic will just go back out there. They've obviously taken the plugs out of it, given it a good clean out, and sent it back out just to make sure everything is right for their racing tomorrow morning. Of course, we had some great sponsors, Land Transport, the Seidler Group. We got Medical, Custom Air Group, Gateway Mildura, Q Industries, The Music Maker, Elite Diesel Solution, Baldwin Boats, and then Tattoos R Us, Kavanagh Auto Parts, Transcool, and Kavanagh Auto Parts have been sponsoring a lot of races today, so it's been fantastic. So a full range of races tomorrow will include Keith Harrison, the 6 Litre National Drivers' Championship, Clyde Lewis Trophy Incorporated, the X100 National Drivers' Championship round number 2. We will see the Gold Cup as well, the Sunraysia Gold Cup, the inaugural. Be the big one at the end of the day, the last day, and that would be brought to you by our major sponsor, GTS Freight Management. So out there now we've got Filthy, Supernaut, Aquasonic, Master Force, Little Dramas, Aquaholic and Crazy Attitude. That will be followed up by hot laps for the National Drivers' Championship X100. Out of position 1 will be Performance, and when Ricochet, Artist, Jimbo, one more, Excalibur, Sinister 4, the Cat, Hypo, About Time, and the unbeatable at the moment, Moonshine.
Yeah, it seems to be just golden rays coming out of that Moonshine boat at the moment, doesn't it? Doesn't seem to be able to put a foot wrong at the moment.
No, he's doing fantastic. It's a tremendous boat, well prepared, and so far has been unbeatable in the X100 class.
Very strong indeed, that's for sure.
Looks like the Odeons come down to the ramp as well, so obviously, hopefully they've found their little gremlins that they've been experiencing all weekend. So we'll get to see the Odeon go out and have a run to see where they're at with their engine package.
Certainly not been kind to them the weekend, that's for sure. But hopefully this run this time round will show quite clearly that they've got all the bugs sorted out in it. So it'd be important to understand if they have got that sorted. So let's wait and see.
It's Filthy and Aquasonic battling it out as they have all weekend long. We've got a very nervous father up here with daughter and son in the race together. So I'm going to ask her the commentary, but he won't do it. She's too nervous as we see the Filthy coming down now, just holding out the Aquasonic into second position indeed. And it's a good field, Carl Blanket over the rest of them as they're going around. But out in front, it is still Filthy. Winner of the last race from Tyler in the Aquasonic. We've got the Aquaholic now moving into fourth position, making a bit of a move there.
The Aquaholic with Tyson Heathcote into fourth. Front of the field though, looks like it's the Filthy boat. With Tyler Scott and the Aquasonic pushing behind them in second place right now. Ground being made now by the Aquaholic boat. It's a great drive for Tyson Heathcote at the moment. Master Force boat in amongst it all as well. That's Ryan Thompson. And of course, Ryan's been involved with the ski club for many years, racing skis as well. But this October marks his return, making come back to circuit racing after first hitting the water in the Formula Future class a few years back. So great to have him back.
Half a spinner.
So we had half a spin down there from what would be the lead boat.
Yeah, Aquasonic is in second position.
Boat.
Tyler just pushing pretty hard. Just got in a little bit too hard and spun up halfway.
Leaves a decent gap to the remaining. Yeah, that's correct. Ryan won't want to blink or his sister will be all over him like a shot, and that won't be good to watch tonight. I'm glad that they won a piece at the moment. It's going to be the decider, so it could be a pretty torrid sort of affair at the end of the night. There's the checkered flag. Let's see how it all going to place out. A little further back through the field, let's have a look. Looks like Ryan's probably got it, I'd say, so we'll wait and see. 2-1 deal on the wins today. We'll see what the points look like, but don't forget always tomorrow to even it all up. So pretty reasonable run for the guys there, and second place to the Aquasonic boat to Tyler Scott. What is he, 35 heavy yet? Yeah.
So we've got the 25s coming back in now, and they'll be doing some more tomorrow. They're actually quite hard to drive, John. You can't trim them, so you've got to go out with your setup.
You've got to move backwards and forwards in the hull, right, to trim them out.
You watch their wheel work. They work them really, really hard. They're pretty rigid. You sit quite low to the water in them. I've had to drive one at Yarrawonga once, and I never drive them again, that's for certain. It was horrible. It was as rough as...
It's like Brussels sprouts, right? You eat them once and you don't go back.
But no, it's a fun little class, and good to see the numbers here is up to sort of 8-9 boats out there competing. It's a good starting point for anybody that wants to get into powerboat racing. Nice and cheap, easy but good fun. So yeah, 7 out there at the moment.
All right, guys, we're down here with owner of Turn It Up, Mr. Scott Patterson. Scotty, tell us what's going on with Turn It Up, mate.
What's going on with Turn It Up? We are absolutely gifted to be at Mildura for this weekend's National Drivers' Championship final. Fantastic venue. The town's poured it on for us. Everything's pretty much aligning, and we're looking forward to racing tomorrow. I think I'm sure we qualified third fastest. Just got pipped by a couple tenths of a second. Not bad for a small block Chev. And we're looking to just keep on putting the laps in tomorrow and make them count.
Speaking of small box Chevs, mate, how old's this motor?
Oh, it's over 20 years old, so it's Trevor Stanley's Beast from Agent Orange open deck boat back in the day, and it does have one little twist to it. It actually has Bad Influences most lower bolted onto it, which is still only a 671, and 23 degree heads. It's pretty much a pretty basic thing. There's lots of them going around in ski boats. Not big cube at all. I'm going to say, I think it's 372 or 376 cube, but we've had a ball. We actually love it, and Connor and I get a buzz that we're running a little small block against these big beasts of things, and guess what? We're right in the mix.
You're right in the mix, and I tell you what, he loves making everyone look silly sometimes when he's doing his hot laps and kicks their bums.
He has got the hot laps down pat. It's like to sit there and think we've won it 2 years in a row at Yarrawonga. We're generally, if they run hot laps, we're first, second or third, and Yeah, he really does do a good job of doing that. It is about lapping. So people, when we race, we love passing boats. We love the whole competitive side. And a lot of people think it's drag boat racing. It's actually not. It's circuit boat racing, and lap times mean everything.
Most definitely is. So what's the game plan for tomorrow?
Game plan for tomorrow is pretty much, for me, if it's going to be, it's up to me. So I've got to make sure I give Connor something that doesn't have something fall off, or I've accidentally missed something. So I'll be running around and just check. And then pretty much Connor just loves to race. We think it's a magnificent track. So I'm sure we'll just go one heat at a time. Our wish is to get to the A final. Our wish is to get some valuable points and win in the second season. We were actually in front for half the year last year, and unfortunately there was a bit of a vote, and they changed some of the things that we were doing and we still are doing. And it's just one of those things that happened. But we've definitely been at the pointy end for since the beginning, so it's kind of nice to get some results.
Most definitely is, mate. So we're looking forward to seeing Connor. Come on, he's going to come home with the trophy this weekend.
You know what? So Connor is very, very relaxed about everything, and we're thrilled to just be part of the show. And whether it's first, second, or third, absolutely happy days. It's like, we get great value out of it, but like as you see, we have a magnificent Toyota high ace van from Melton Toyota. Pretty basic tools. Do we have any spares? No, we don't have spares. Well, we actually come here with something pretty reliable. There's no engine builders, there's no tuners. It's just a father and son and his mates, family. We love it. It's just the way it should be.
Love the setup. Love the idea. I think it's fantastic, mate. Looking forward to seeing you guys on the podium this weekend, and look out for team turning up. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Scotty, and enjoy.
Yep, it's Ricochet.
Jake Wilson, by the look of it, in the Ricochet boat.
We got you, Jake. Good luck in this one. What has happened earlier on today goes out one ear, and you start afresh now. This is round number 2.
Ready for tomorrow, mate. So
ready for the business end tomorrow. But as we saw before, so important to get through your hot lap session.
Yeah, absolutely. Yesterday showed exactly that, Vaughan. We saw them kick off with hot laps yesterday, and those that did very well on hot laps yesterday carried it through to the start this morning. So you really need to put your best foot forward. And you're right, whatever's occurred. So Vaughan, quick newsbreaker.
Yes, mate, been down there and had a chat to the Constable Brothers racing team. So as we know, they had the engine hiccup on Thursday night coming into Friday. That continued through Friday, of course, where they were awaiting some parts. Then you wouldn't believe it. Crank angle sensor was the problem in the last heat, but before that they had a sticky valve. So off with the head.
Really?
Valves, put it all back together again.
Wow, head gaskets, the whole deal, right?
Yeah, the whole deal. So
wow.
These guys have not stopped all weekend, so that sounded good. The boat was talking over to the right-hand side, so it's developing, north of 1,500 horsepower.
Good horsepower, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the moment you see it crank to the right means that it's developing it.
And that shines clear with the guys
right,
from Odin, the CBR team. They are constantly upgrading, looking for more. And they've gone to a new package this year. So it looks like Nick Borg will be the first gent out onto the water for pro performance.
Of course, Nick Borg sounded terrible in the last race, so it was good to see that they're taking off the back nice and neatly, and he'll be looking for a bit better run than yesterday's hot lap, because he actually got disqualified. He had a little break, so you don't want to do that again.
Yeah, let's not make it 2 from 2, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds stronger this time. It's not breaking down or coming to a stop at the moment. So that is the sighting lap done, the half lap. He'll now go up to the milling area and just wait for the water to calm itself down from where he's just been. give himself every opportunity up there at the moment to slow things down and allow that wave to move out of the race circuit. Being first boat out probably has a little bit of an advantage at this stage. But also the wind has changed direction compared to yesterday as well. We qualified into an easterly yesterday. Now we're going to qualify into a westerly.
Which makes it interesting going with the tide going down, so we'll wait and see.
There we go, Nick Borg in performance. Let's sit back and listen to this beautiful sounding boat as it comes past. Down into turn number 2 to round out his one-lap flyer for the Tattoos R Us X100 category. Nick Borg in performance. Boat still sounded strong after one lap.
Sure did. Certainly a far cry from what we heard earlier, so hopefully they've got across that gremlin.
Jake Wilson next to go in Ricochet. Come on, fire it up. You can hear the motor breaking down then for Jake Wilson. So hopefully it's just at these low revs it'll clear itself once it gets up on song.
Have a tendency to overfuel a little while they're in that lower RPM level.
It's just doing it again as he decelerated down there into the milling area.
New boat started to build about.
So it looks like these guys have been chasing a few issues over the weekend as well so far.
Scratch. And then, yeah, just got it all CNC routed out. I decided to go check.
He's on his way. Let's have a listen to what this sounds like on song this time round as he comes through.
He had to contend with a few rollers, and now if you watch on the circuit, right in the middle of the racetrack, there are some rollers heading out towards the back straight. Can he get past them before they hit the circuit? There, just drives, smashes over the top. Tries to keep some throttle into it, but there's that breakdown again at the lower RPM range. And now it clears itself. So a bit of an ignition problem there, I would be suggesting, for Jake Wilson. But the good thing is, John, they've got overnight to repair that, so it'll be something silly, maybe a bit of water in the ignition module.
Something as crazy as an individual plug lead or a plug itself.
Yeah.
It's not the first time we've seen a plug fail at any stage of the game, so, you know, the quickest way to fix it, get all of them out and get a new set in and be done with
That's it.
And even at low RPM, you can hear it on the miss as well.
Yeah, not a happy motor on board Ricochet for Jake Wilson.
What, more than a butter menthol to fix that one?
So the artist in Mark Schultz out on the water. He'll be next to go.
Gentle passage up the far side. Smart move.
And this is what we saw the more experienced guys do yesterday. They just trundled down the back straight, trying to minimise the amount of weight that they create.
But still provide the warmth that the engine requires without creating mayhem for themselves to come back onto.
Well, from memory yesterday, Mark Schultz just got into it. He turned around here at turn 2 and started his lap. So you can see the rollers from Jake Wilson just starting to move out across the course at the moment. So hopefully Mark will go up in the milling area, and he's chosen to do so.
Yeah, which is different to what his strategy was yesterday. So.
Yeah, he tried to get it done nice and early yesterday. Don't forget our competitors and officials dinner tonight here at the Mildura Ski Club. Big barbecue going to happen downstairs, and a great way of being able to get it together and socialise, celebrate the wins, commiserate with the losers, and we all back it up and do it again. Starting on the water tomorrow at 7:30. First race on the water at 7:30 for day number 3 of the Sunraysia Spectacular here at the Mildura Ski Club, proudly supported by the Melbourne Runabout and Sports Club.
And of course, under the banner of the naming rights sponsor in GTS Transport, Australia's leading transport and logistics company, based here in Mildura from 1980, and supply a wonderful amount of warehousing, supply chain solutions, and dedicated freight services to the beverage, food and FMCG industries as well. So thank you very much to Damien Matthews and the team at GTS Transport for their involvement here this weekend as naming rights sponsor.
Here we go, Mark Schultz in the Artist. Let's listen as he comes down the main straight for the first time. Nice and flat run down there into turn number 1. But now if there's going to be any grief, it'll happen down this back straight. Into a headwind now, coming from the west. The boat looking very nice. So the strategy today was definitely to go up to the milling area and allow that water to settle before he had a crack at this one-lap flyer. Comes out of the corner and keeps it perfectly straight. This is going to be a good time for Mark Schultz in the Artist. If Chris Palmer is still in the precinct, Chris Palmer from Outlaw down there in Tasmania, could you go and have a look at your Toyota Camry, please? Chris Palmer, the driver and owner of Outlaw down there in Tasmania, could you please go and have a look at your Toyota Camry? Phil Smerlick in Jimbo. He's next across the line. Drove really well yesterday, got close to the speed limit but did not exceed. Was having a great run through the races earlier on this morning as well. Out of the Berry Speedboat Club over there, the Riverland Powerboat Club. Nice and wide entry into turn number 2 for the last time. Well, that exit's going to cost him a couple of seconds. As he opens up the throttle again, comes across the finish line. That's Paul Smurley in Jimbo. So next out on the water, one more, Nathan Bartak. Launched the motor up there at Yarrawonga in practice and had to sit out the rest of that round. Put a new engine back together and back in this boat. Super impressive with the presentation of this boat. Mazda red, very similar to Candy Apple red. Having a few issues with it. It's a brand new boat for Nathan. It was sold earlier this year. Comes over from my home state in Perth. It's a quality boat. Used to run in the 6 litre category back home. And now with Nathan behind the wheel, he's decided to run in the X100 class. Still a couple of more competitors to go. We've got Excalibur, Sinister, and Steve Rumble down there in Cut Cat Racing. Still to come. And Hypo is also still to come. There he is, just coming down the boat ramp now. The S72.
Of course, one more actually got a victory in the final B. We had Jimbo complete the final of B race in first position, but unfortunately had a speed break, so got punished on that one, and that left the door open for one more to take the victory. So final B goes to Nathan and the one more.
So coming down the main straight now onto the circuit proper. Well, Nathan's got the boat porpoising already to try and level this thing out as it comes over and gets the green flag. The one-lap flyer for the X100 has commenced for Nathan Basak. In one more, down towards turn number 1. Holds some throttle on, gets out of the corner extremely well. Now it's the horsepower. What can he do down the back straight? Again, the boat starting to porpoise. The front of the boat just coming up, smashing down into the water again. Still able to hold that throttle on at probably 3/4. Now he comes hard onto the pedal, lifts up the cab plate and comes across the line. The guys that have to be happy with that one. It was a good run. Chris Dinan in Excalibur, boat number 32, he's next to leave. And just to repeat that message from a while ago, Chris Palmer, owner and driver of Outlaw, a white Toyota Camry, number 2AQ2Y1, 2AQ2Y1. Could you return to your vehicle, please? The closer you can get to 95 mile an hour, the better you're going to get as far as the pole draw. So if you nail a 94.9, you are. You go pole 1, race 1.
I don't have any time, Jeff.
probably had enough. Gone home.
I don't have enough battery in the phone to actually do it. So
Chris Dinan out on the water, heading back towards the circuit in Excalibur, which looks like it has a flat bottom compared to the deep V's that you see on all of the other competitors. He's starting to porpoise away. Coming down the shoreline, but now he's moved over into the circuit proper and applies some more throttle. So this is Chris Dinan in Excalibur. Excalibur crosses the line. Unfortunately, we're not getting our time updates at the moment. Scott Knudsen in Sinister 4, already out on the circuit. He'll be next to go in this X100 Tattoos R Us National Drivers Championship. People have asked me, why is a time category or a mile an hour category doing hot laps? Because the closer you can get to that allocated time, the better starting positions you're going to have tomorrow come heat number 1 tomorrow morning. Hot laps, heat races, finals. Got a good head of steam up. Scott Knudsen. Goes down into turn number 1. 4:15 Australian Eastern Standard Time here in Victoria. This we're 5.5 hours to the north of the Melbourne CBD. A beautiful little part of the world right alongside the Murray River. For those watching our GP Hydro live stream, may not be in Australia, the Murray River, a very long river, goes through 3 states over here: New South Wales, Victoria and South Australia. And it provides ample locations along the length of the Murray River for ski racing, powerboat racing, all types of water sports. There's Steve Rumble in Cut Racing, the Toyota Racing Development V8 out of a Toyota Camry NASCAR, minus the restrictors that NASCAR are required to run. So this motor will actually be performing more freely now than what it was when it was running around places like Daytona and Talladega back in America. Beautiful engine to look at with all the TRD rocker covers all over it, the inlet manifold TRD as well. And PC, I'm not sure what you guys in the hydroplane are using, but talking to Steve Rumble last night, told me he's running a LiPo, a lithium polymer battery on board this boat.
With the GP, we just run a normal battery. Obviously, it's a high performance one with big boost. They've got to crank those big babies over. So, but in the 1.6, we run a tiny little battery. It's about as big as a mini iPad. It's tiny. We try to keep as much weight down in the boat, but it's super powerful. They're not cheap, that's for certain. Couldn't tell you the actual brand of it, but yeah, we've never had a failure with it yet. Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. But yeah, super lightweight.
It's a fair effort to turn over, particularly a blown motor off a battery as well. It works it pretty hard. As Stevie Rumble comes onto the circuit, Cut Racing.
Well, we've already seen, unfortunately, Connor Patterson, that was all his problem was a flat battery. So it can cost you dearly. It's cost him a championship.
Well, it gave him no warning either. It just died on the spot.
No, they generally do, and unfortunately, we always carry spares with us, and I'm sure they'll be charging it up this afternoon.
You can hear Steve get out of the throttle there about halfway down the back straight, making sure he doesn't exceed the excess time limit or the speed limit. Now he opens up, and again he backs it back down again. So trying to be safe is Steve Rumble and Cut Racing. Lewis Mills out on the circuit now in the S72 Hypo. In a minute or so before we get to see Lewis. Already down into turn number one. He'll head up into the milling area. There's some big rollers heading across there from where he's taken off. The waves coming back boat of Cut Racing. Two more to go after this one. Matt Smith out of Adelaide and Mike Godsell in Moonshine Racing. And that will round out our X100 hot lap qualifying for tomorrow's heat races and finals coming up tomorrow. Don't forget, a big day of motorsport here at the Mildura Ski Club tomorrow, kicking off on the water at 7:30. Get here bright and early, get your prime location over there on that beautiful grass area in amongst the shade of the trees, and sit back and enjoy some of Australia's fastest speedboat races right here at the Sunraysia Spectacular.
Don't forget, of course, Vaughan, if you want to chase some of that exclusive merchandise ready to wear for the morning tomorrow, down there at the Savage Promotions van, they've got it set up there. Lou and all the girls doing a great job. Grab it today before you head home, and you can wear it proudly tomorrow.
And our coffee store over there in the back of the pits there, that'll be open from 7 a.m.
Correct.
So big form, line of queue up around about 10 to 7. Opening time, I'll be there first in line. Souvalaki's over there, we've got souvenirs. What else could you want? And of course our bar is located in the big white marquee, as we've got Lewis Mills and Hypo on the circuit.
Watching the Hypo go through. Time's just clicking through nicely. Tight turn and then following it up back in a dead straight line. Let's have a look how close to the time it'll be. Unofficially, we will look at it at around about a probably 39 point something, 40 point thereabouts.
So it looks like you have to be between, say, 39.5 and 41.5 to be at the head of the field. From Adelaide Speedboat Club, Matt Smith, the S30, about time. And he would be stoked with his weekend so far, bringing the boat out of a retirement. And so far, so good for Matt Smith. As Lewis Mills just makes his way around the circuit. One more to go after this one. It's Mike Godsell in the Moonshine Racing. Looks like Mike from memory, PC, top qualified, won the heats, won the final.
Everything, mate. That's the way he goes. He rolls it. Moonshine Racing. So it's all pressure on the Moonshine team to go first. The 100% club today.
We've got to back it up. Done well on day one, but as we say, this is the start of day two. It's all going to start again. So, as you said, what you've won or what you've lost today, out the window, we all start again. We reset tomorrow morning at 7:30.
We're going up a long distance to wait for the water to flatten off a little bit, and that's probably the right move to make. Vaughan looking at what's out there at the moment, taking a nice wide turn.
He's gone around the turn, boy, and decided that, no, this is it.
Coming back on it.
It's not too shabby at the moment, although there are some rollers just coming through from Lewis Mills's boat. So let's see how he negotiates this on lap number one of his hot lap. The X100, sponsored by Tattoos R Us. Beautiful, holds on some throttle, tries to keep the bow of the boat down in the water. And now scooting across the top of the water, no porpoising at all at the moment for Matt Smith. How much throttle does he hold? Yeah, between a quarter and a half, I'd say. And about time, across the line.
Very close.
And look at that, unofficially we got him at a 39 and a half. So that would put him right in the ballpark. And here comes Craig Lewis in the Image boat. So had a few dramas earlier on. Looks like hopefully they've repaired these dramas as he chases after his father's trophy tomorrow. And our last competitor in the X100 is Mike Godsell, Moonshine Racing. So again, Michael going halfway back to town.
We'll have a look at those rollers going through there, Vaughan. You do expect to want that to all flatten away?
Yes, it's also the boat that's coming in. So
Correct.
those rollers over there that are heading over towards the north, they've come from Matty Smith.
Well, I'd say Michael sat there and watched that and actually listened to what we were talking about, and you could see it pretty clearly. So he's obviously decided to go well up, let this flatten off before he even attempts to come down, because he wants today's time now to be right for tomorrow.
Yep, definitely. I'd be expecting a 39 or a low 40s here. Unofficial times, of course.
Yeah, correct. That's a good call from him.
Yeah, he's keeping right out towards the houseboats. Now he swings it back in towards the turn 2 exit buoy. And hard on the gas. This is Mike Godsell in Moonshine Racing. No, hardly got off the gas at all through that corner.
That was handled brilliantly off that turn, Vaughan.
Certainly was. Let's see whether he can repeat it up here in turn number 2.
Let's watch him through it.
Holding the throttle.
Taking a slightly wider line on the run home, though. This is good work for...
It's going to be good work. This will be in the mid-39s, I would suggest. Wow. Wow. We've got him down as a 38.25. It is unofficial, but that is faster than anybody else that we've seen this morning or this afternoon.
Oh, let's hope not. It'll be up to our adjudicators to make the call on that one.
Our 6-litre Kavanagh Auto Parts National Drivers Championship. They're next out into the water with Craig Lewis in image already in the water. Troy Chirpig driving Brooder. He's going to be dismounted off the trailer very shortly.
So first away, Vaughan, looks like it'll be the image boat, followed by Brooder. By the listing, it's Lock and Loaded. Cavs, Cranky, Rastus and Sick Puppy in that order. At the stage of the game, we can only see the two that are in the water, and that is Image and Brooder. Image waiting patiently. You can see the Cranky boat up the top there. Top of the slipway, waiting for its chance to come down, so that certainly looks like it's a starter.
Well, I don't think we've had any major damage with our 6-litre competitors, so they should all be back out. So the fuel going into the side of the hat on Craig Lewis's boat Image. Just waiting for race control to give Craig Lewis the water to himself. But now's an opportunity for those rollers to disappear.
Yeah, correct. A couple out there, but they're not too bad.
No, they're not too bad. They just scoot straight over the top of those.
They're looking pretty good at the moment. So just waiting for the kick to run.
It's while the boats are getting up to plane, they kind of drag the bottom end of the back end of the boat. It creates these rollers, and then if you don't time your run right, you can come undone by your own doing. That's why we've seen a lot of the boats scooting down the back straight. Some of them are going slower than others. But I suppose it depends on the hull design as to how much wake you leave behind and at what speed.
Yeah, correct. I mean, earlier today we had a little bit of wind, which was certainly causing some of the issues, but it's certainly not the case right now. The conditions are literally perfect for it right now.
There is not a breath of wind up there. These trees above us in our commentary box, completely dead still.
So perfect conditions for these guys right now.
That was funny, John. That wind came up a while ago from the west, but now it's dropped. Is that usual? Is it starting to swing back around?
Pick how you want it to be, because it can come up at times and certainly flatten off like this as well.
Well, being warmer tomorrow, back home in,
a little bit more wind.
Perth, we get the sea breeze from the west, cool wind. But then if it's going to be hot the next day, by about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, it's swung around and it blows all the air from the Nullarbor over towards Perth. So I'm presuming it would be the same weather pattern over here.
Similar, but tomorrow being a little bit warmer. I think there's a little bit of wind tomorrow as well. So be interesting to see how it plays out.
Been blessed with the weather again this weekend in Mildura. As you were saying, that Mildura actually has more sunlight hours in 12 months than what they do up there on the Gold Coast.
True story. True story. Well, there's the Cavs boat waiting patiently. I can see the Cranky boat up the top. Moonshine being loaded now.
Just having a look down towards the Lewis boat of Craig Lewis. And standing right behind that boat, driver that came third in the EC Griffiths Cup, running a 5.2 litre hydroplane up against Madness and Warlord. And, sorry, it wasn't Madness, it was GP1. And, of course, the winner of Ricky Howard, taking out 2 from 2 in the last 2 years for the EC Griffiths Cup. And of course, that's Graham Boxy Malloy, standing right behind the Craig Lewis boat. Chief mechanic this weekend, driven down from the Gold Coast to help out his best mate. So we hear Cranky already.